I'm gonna get water before we start this. I really need it. Yeah, she's good. It sounds good as fuck. The cubes? I like the flats better, but the cubes are good. I like the cube. I mean the cubes burn longer, but the flats I just. Mm. All right. I'm a. All right. Give me 5 seconds. I'm gonna intro us, and then we'll be good.
Yeah, hold on. I just need to get my.
You're good. You're good. You're good. I'm not gonna go off it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the episode 1 of the Total Mayhem Podcast. Today I'm gonna be joined by Hookah and Strawberry Shortcase. Today we're gonna come in here and talk about interesting points, things we find topics. We're gonna go as we go along. The whole point of this conversation is to have conversation, dialogue, people, and the same point we stand in 2021. What things we're excited for, what things we're looking forward to doing in 2021, and we'll get to there soon. I know right now you see starting stream soon. Starting soon. As soon as everybody's ready and they're set it up and ready to go, we'll get into the actual indulgence of the live video. We'll start getting the questions popped up and the answers that we all think will come through it. So sit around for a few seconds, sit by, come in, enjoy your time, and we'll be with you shortly. Thank you. said all that. We have to redo all that, Hookah, because I
We
had no
got to do
idea.
all that. We got to do
All
all that
right,
over.
so 3, 2, 1. I am Mamas. This is,
King Hookah won.
and the Strawberry Shortcase will be joining shortly. Like I said, she'll be the moderator of our chat, and topics are going on later on. She'll turn her camera on later. But the first topic we're going to talk about today is the topic that me and Gucci, well, not Gucci, but Hookah find interesting in the conversation, which is the fight that happened recently on, I think it was Saturday or Sunday, it was one too. It's Conor McGregor and versus Dustin Poirier. Yeah, Poirier. As we all know, Conor McGregor got TKO'd in the second round, 2 minutes 32 seconds in, and it was
That
his
it?
first. It was his first fight back. I think it was like, I don't know, 3, 4 months,
See?
maybe a year. Actually, it might not even a year. It's first time in octagon in a year since the Cowboy knockout with the shoulders. Personally, watching the fight, because I actually sat there and watched the fight, everybody knows that. Conor McGregor didn't look like himself, in my opinion. He looked like the shell of somebody who used to actually fight as an MMA fighter, who took a more of a boxing approach to it. And Dustin Poirier kind of looked like more of the UFC fighter we're all known as seeing. Come in, grapples, do a lot more leg hits, do a lot more body hits, and he used that to his advantage, in my opinion. Like, watching that fight, it was not the Conor McGregor I expected to see going in there. I thought I would see Conor McGregor going in there with a 6 rank on his name, and knowing Dustin Poirier was no 4, my bad, number 4 versus 6, and wanting his number 1 spot back. Like, he didn't seem like he wanted his title back or anything. It just seemed like he wanted to go in there. He kind of wanted to lose, so he didn't have to fight again. But at the same time, he threw punches that you would see Conor McGregor do, but he was taking leg hits like back to
It,
back to back.
it was a decent fight. Don't get me wrong, but there was also evidence from like what I've seen from all the reviews on YouTube and stuff like that. It was like, oh, like he had a dead leg and everything that made him get knocked out and stuff like that. I mean, it's a lot of stuff that you're gonna have to think about and like literally watch over again. Because yeah, and don't get me wrong, yeah, McGregor has been out for a while. I mean, I don't know if he was sparring or training or none of that. But at
He
the
said he
under,
trained for the fight. Like, he was ready for this fight. His intro
yeah,
music,
exactly,
like the intro music he used was like the old school, like, Conor McGregor coming to the ring. But
exactly.
I think the thing that like not gonna discredit his fighting ability or anything like that. The only thing Conor McGregor had going for him and still does have going for him, he just chooses to do again, is his cockiness. His arrogance blew everybody out the
Oh,
water.
oh, that's an everyday thing. Hey, Gucci, that's funny as hell, actually.
It blows anybody out the water. No one can compete with it. And he, like, the past 2 fights with the Cowboy, he was respectful towards Cowboy, which, I mean, I would be respectful to Cowboy. The fight should
Yeah.
happen 6 years ago when Cowboy was younger, and Conor McGregor decided to say who the fuck that guy was. That fight should have happened there and should happen now. It did, but this Dustin Poirier fight, like, if Conor McGregor was gonna come back and he was gonna fight the one person who's been calling him out for numerous years, and sitting here and saying, "I'm gonna fight you," you better be ready to bring your A game. And it kind of showed up like McGregor showed up, but really didn't show up in the fashion that we thought. Like, no one thought that McGregor was gonna go in there and get TKO'd in the second round and just
Yeah,
lay
dude,
down.
like
He after he
the
got
whole
knocked.
entire time, like with me, dude, I thought like, dude, McGregor got this. I was just like, bro, he got this on point, like off tops. And then once I seen that, I was like, wait a minute, hold up.
Like, that
Like,
happened, and I was like, when I was like, as I was digesting it, seeing McGregor lay on the ground, it was like, it kind of looked like he laid down and he was just like, why did I even fight again? Like, why did I come back? I didn't come back to this. And then the annoying little, like, I'm gonna call him a twat because I can't stand the kid. The annoying little twat of fucking Jake Paul being like, because he lost to Dustin Poirier, saying I offered you 50 million, now here's 10 grand. Like, you have to also understand, McGregor is an MMA fighter who fought another MMA fighter. You are a YouTuber who fought Nate Robinson, knocked an athlete in basketball out, and fought
not a UFC
a
fighter,
fighter,
none of that.
and now is hyping up his new promo that he signed with a boxing to fight another person. Once again, you can't sit here and tell a man who's been training MMA and been focusing on a fight to fight you. And we've talked about this offline about how he like disrespected his country and shit like that, and expect this person not to, if he sees you in the streets, but like fuck the money you wanted. Like, if for instance, if you ever told my wife a hoe and a slut like that, like, and meant it sincerely, I'm gonna fight you. Like, when the streets are for money, it doesn't matter at that point. Like, it's gonna be a problem. And he, like, as soon as he loses, he starts laughing at McGregor and does antics to, like, try to get underneath his skin. But at the same point, McGregor did lose, so you can't say shit about it. But you're
Yeah,
still
but
not you're not an MMA
it's
fighter.
all it's about like the respect, you know? Like he's respecting the OG people. That's like him saying, "Oh, freaking talking shit to freaking Floyd."
And yeah, and like, the thing is, his brother's fighting. Like, his brother Logan Paul is fighting Floyd Mayweather. If you ever watch any of the podcasts from the Logan Paul side, every time he talks about Floyd Mayweather, he never has something disrespectful to say. Because
Yeah.
even in his own mind, he's delusional for one for fighting him. Like, he is delusional. You're fighting the most undefeated person in history. Secondly, He understands that the person he's walking in the ring with is way more seriously trained than he is, has way more fights underneath the belt than he does. Only thing he has that he says himself that he can get is he has power in his hands. Floyd is not used to handling with power, and he can tire Floyd down. We've seen it with Pacquiao when Floyd fought Pacquiao. We've seen it when Floyd fought again. If you tire Floyd down, then it's an easier fight for you. But me personally, I'm taking a Floyd fight over a McGregor fight because if I know if I go fight a McGregor, he can switch a flip any second. And all it takes is like someone like Nate Diaz to piss him off again. And it's going to be the McGregor we're used to seeing, which is a bloodbath and getting his shit just going in there for blood. It went in this fight with Dustin Poirier out of respect. And then after the end of the fight, Dustin Poirier, like, yeah, he had his little hype moment, was like, yeah, I beat you. But then he even looked at Conor McGregor and was like, it's 1-1, we have to run it back. Because there has to be an
Exactly.
ultimate winner. Same thing
Yeah,
with Nate
yeah,
Diaz.
exactly. They both won. I
One.
mean, so they would have to run it back.
Like, in this situation, it's just a standpoint of who do I see winning the next fight? I see Conor McGregor winning the next fight if Conor McGregor comes back the old way. If he doesn't come back the old way, I think Dustin Poirier deserves a shot at the title. I honestly believe that, and I believe he can win it. But do I think he's beat Max Holloway for it? Fuck no. Max Holloway's a beast. But Dustin Poirier should be up there in concession. He should be number 6 anymore. He beat the number 4. He should be at least the number 3.
Exactly.
Another fight I saw, I don't remember his name. It's like Ashiogo or some shit. He fought someone who was number 15. And he's a Russian. He's Russian or Georgian. He's from over there, and he won. And he hopped the fence, went to Dana White, and got back in the ring and told Dana White that he doesn't deserve to fight top 15s. He doesn't deserve to fight top 5s. He's 6-0, and he deserves to fight the champion. I was like, you're 6-0, kid. This is your first win in the debut as UFC. Don't act like you're hot shit. Like, you haven't ran the roster, but we have to have the balls out there to call a whole division out. I give him props for that.
I mean, think about it. If they offered you like 50 grand or something like that to go into like one round with McGregor, would you do it?
A round with McGregor for 50 grand?
I mean, think about it. Think
How long
hard,
round?
bro.
I'm talking like to go just a solid round, like an actual championship round?
Just
Like
a
a
solid
championship,
round, yeah.
a championship round or just a normal round? Like a 3-minute round or a
Just a,
5-minute round?
just a normal round. Like, let's say 5.
Of championship. I'd do that if McGregor allows me to get three solid hits to start. Any hit I want. Like, he has to put his hands down. Just let me hit him 3 solid times. Because then the rest of the round, I'm running. I'm running the rest of the round, not letting him hit me. Because then I'm winning the round.
All right. So what if he offers you, say like you get 1 round, 5 minutes, and every hit you lay on him is $1,000.
Oh, I'm taking it. I'm swinging for the fences. I don't give a fuck if I get knocked out. I'm swinging while getting knocked out. He's punching me on the ground. I'm still hitting him in the back. I don't care. Those are points. Points. I'm getting that bag. I'm in the bag at that point. Like, but once again, I would never fight McGregor. I have respect for people like that. But we'll move on to our second subject. Kayla should have it pulled up by now. Kayla, do you want to start us off with one?
Wait, on the side note, real quick, Llamas, what are you smoking right now?
I am smoking Element. I think this is my pineapple. So this is Element pineapple with
Nice.
Element cola. And this is what packed in both my bowls currently, my clay bowl and my Element bowl that I have from them. If you like a slower hit, I would smoke the Element bowl, which some people don't like yourself. And if you like a bigger hit, I would use clay bowls or lotus bowl like you have because it gives you a more powerful and potent hit. Now,
Exactly.
Kayla's going to lead us into our second segue, which would be movies. She's going to give us a list of movies, and we're going to give our opinions of how we feel, how they should be seen. Kayla, you can pick a movie.
Black Widow.
You can lead us here, Hookah.
Black Widow. To be honest, I actually can't wait for that movie to come out. Like, if you're a Marvel fan and everything, bro, I would actually watch it.
If
Black Widow's cool and everything. I mean, they got that new stuff right now on Hulu with her and with Black Widow and freaking Vision. So
yeah, what is it? The Vision and the guy, what's his name? Guy from Ultron, fucking the AI system from Tony Stark. Honestly, Black Widow, it's up there for me. I do want to watch it. I do want to actually watch it, like actually sit there and see what it's about. Is it like my top one in the movies in 21 I want to watch anymore? Not really. Like, honestly, this movie should have came back years earlier before Black Widow died. So you got the story before she died, but now she's dead, like in the actual like Avengers. So like, to me, it's like you're bringing back someone who should have been around originally in the first place. Like, shouldn't be sitting here now.
exactly.
Am I excited for it? Kinda. Do I think it will be as a big of seller as other movies? Maybe not. Like, maybe the diehard fans will go out there and watch it because there are a lot of diehard Marvel fans out there that are gonna go watch it. Will I watch it? Of course. Will I give my honest review about it? Of course. Like, I do like that's like one of my favorite characters in the Marvel thing is Black Widow. I think that her character plays a good role in like being able
If
to.
you had to choose in like the whole entire Marvel industry and everything, like who's your top Marvel person?
I say it and I stand by it. Like my favorite Marvel superhero of all of them has been Iron Man. I've loved Robert Downey Jr. as an actor. He's one of my top two actors in the world, and like I will stand by that. Like I don't think the fact that Iron Man died in the final one should have been the end of it. I don't think that they should try to make a new Iron Man with a different person. I do like the twist that they put from Iron Man in the Spider-Man Homecoming, where the new what is it, Peter Parker or whatever his name is, from the new Spider-Man's fucking said that he would never be him because everybody was trying to make Spider-Man the next Iron Man, and that's just anybody who knows or watches the series knows that's not how it is. It's
Exactly.
it's supposed to be Iron Man's Iron Man, Spider-Man's Spider-Man. That's how I stand on that. Like some people have different like heroes. Like some people think the Hulk's the best. Some think that fucking Thor's the best. I mean,
I
it's
mean,
just
me personally, like, I think the best person that can actually play this only Marvel character and off tops, like I don't even care what people say, is Ryan Reynolds playing Deadpool, bro. Off tops, I think he's like the perfect actor for him. He has everything down from literally from the comic books, from all the storylines and everything.
but it's also because he did the same thing Robert Downey Jr. did. Robert Downey Jr. when he got was going to apply for it, like remember we all remember Robert Downey Jr. in Tropic Thunder playing a black man, and that was like kind of spiral down. He didn't come into a big movie until Iron Man, but Iron Man came out and he was say like 5 or 6 years prior he was already in the character. He's like Johnny Depp. He was in that character day in and out. He lived Tony Stark. That's who he was. His wife called him it. His kids called him it. It was no longer Robert or Dad. It was Tony Stark. Tony Stark. 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 Like he lived that role. Same thing with fucking Ryan Reynolds. We talk about Deadpool. He sat there years previous
Yeah,
playing Deadpool.
he had the script out for Deadpool, for the first one. He had it for over 10 years.
Yeah, and then
For over 10.
you also gotta remember in Deadpool, if a scene wasn't right to Ryan Reynolds, he cut it.
Hey, by the way, these coals I think are done.
Yeah, this bowl's about to be dead anyways. Okay,
That was quick.
I put them on before we started.
Uh,
But yeah, Ryan Reynolds is great. I love Ryan Reynolds. I love how he take it on. I
He's
think
hilarious.
I think another one I would like to see because there's a TV show Green Arrow. I would love to see a movie with him and Slade Wilson, or add Slade Wilson into the Deadpool side of it, because they would be way two vigilantes, anti-vigilantes going at it would be great. Cage, you want
and
to
it was cool. And it was cool that in the second Deadpool, how he put Cable in it,
Yeah,
bro. Like that was just off. Like that was off on point. And then they put the Juggernaut in it. Like that even makes it even better.
and Ryan Reynolds saying I was like that scene where he was like out of character. Like he broke the fourth wall. He's like, I loved the Juggernaut as a kid. That was him just legitimately putting his own words into the script. I occasionally leads to the
But
next one.
A Quiet Place Part 2.
I don't know what that is. Let me look that up real quick.
That's the scary movie. Where John, the guy from The Office, is in it. It's a horror movie.
Is it the one where like, they can't make a
With
noise?
your family, yeah, you can't make a single sound because monsters will
Wait,
haunt you.
what was it called?
A Quiet
A
Place.
Quiet Place.
Sandra Bullock played in the first one, right?
Yeah, that's a great movie.
Quiet Place one was dog. It was dog water to me.
No, it wasn't.
I didn't like it. I personally that wasn't my.
Oh my god.
I actually would say this right now. I talked to a coworker of mine named Martinez, and we were talking about this. We were like horror movies lately. Like name a good horror movie lately. And we're like we can't really, because like the good horror movies came like with Insidious and Conjuring and those
Oh,
types. Those were the good horror movies to me. Like the new ones that come out with are more of spook than horror. Like I'm not scared of The Quiet
You,
Place.
you know what movie what I said was kind of stupid, and I thought it would have been good, was the Pet Cemetery.
The old school Pet Cemeteries are
the
good.
old
Yeah, the old
Old
one.
schools
The
are
old one was on
the new
the
one is
new
really
one.
good.
The new one that they made. I watched it and I was just like, this shit is dog shit. Like,
You said The Conjuring. They're making another Conjuring. It's called The Devil Made Me
I
Do
do
It.
want to say one thing before we continue this. That me and Hugo are adults and we are smoking. So if you're not of age, and you're not of the age to smoke, please don't. I'm not condoning it because we're doing it on stream. Just please don't do it unless you're of age. All right. But I have nothing to say on Quiet Place too. Like y'all can talk about that, but personally, me, I don't like the movie.
Well, if he hasn't even seen it, there's nothing to talk about.
Got another one?
The Conjuring. The Devil Made Me Do It.
Okay, are you talking about the new one they're coming out with?
No, they're coming out with it. It comes out June
yeah,
4th.
yeah. I actually heard about that one. I personally can't wait for that to come out.
I love the Conjurings. If it's gonna come out, I will sit there, turn my whole house black, and just zone in. Like Conjurings, Insidious, Annabelle, Nuns. Those are my type of like get into them, be freaked out. Like okay, I got a little scare out of it. I'm good. Like
Okay, that's actually a good comment right now. The Emoji Movie was a good one. I'm not gonna lie, that movie was actually dope.
That movie was so cute.
a movie I've heard about and I haven't seen yet, but I've heard a lot of people give a good reviews. Was Soul. And a lot of the reason I say like a lot of people say it was a good movie because as adults, as us sitting as adults, we watch it and there's a deeper meaning. Like even Disney said there's a deeper meaning for adults and there's children. Like children watch like yeah the cat was funny, but adult can watch it and be like wow this movie is supposed to be like basically like showing you like start living in the moment and stop living in the past or like things that are coming up. Like live now and here and your life will be a lot better. And there's a lot of people who said they were down or they were out or they didn't feel like they were depression and watched the movie and it kind of uplifted them and it goes back to the simple fact of how Disney is. Disney has this massive group of people that sit at the top of the chain that write scripts, and they will write scripts. Like Soul took 5 years to make. 5 years. It got revised 5 times for the perfect balance. Because in the movie, they portrayed like the religion perfectly. Whether your religion, whatever your religion is, it never like overstepped the boundaries of anybody's religion. Just played everybody's religion correctly. It played the fact that like the world today, how it is today, there's just a lot of like depression, anxiety, and people going on because of the pandemic we were in, and it gave an uplifting spirit. Like, hey, live in the moment, enjoy what you have now, and worry about the troubles like later. And it's what I haven't seen it personally, but everybody I've reviewed it on it said it was a great movie. And I was like, Disney actually once in a while can give a really good movie out like that. Okay, you had something to say?
Well, I was gonna say, speaking about Disney, you know they pulled Peter Pan and what was it? They pulled Peter Pan and some other like Disney classic movie off Plus.
Why? Why would they do that?
So in the
Why
movie
are
Peter
talking?
Pan, there is the Indian tribe on Neverland, and they refer to them as the Redskins. And Disney
Oh, the
was
Indian things.
saying that it was racist. And they took it off. Oh, and the other one was the Aristocats because there's a Chinese cat with like squinted eyes and chopsticks. They took that one off too because it was racist.
But isn't that kind of the point?
It'll be like the little things that you would find.
I mean, if you think about it, every Disney movie has something fucked up in it.
Hey, Case, Gucci said that turn up your headset. Like you're really quiet.
My headset is turned up. All this llamas has me turned down. Oh, speaking of Gucci, there's a movie coming out in November called. I guess Gucci has his own movie.
Oh, so he famous, huh?
Yeah.
um, Martin said they also pulled Dumbo.
Yeah, that was the other one. Yeah, they pulled Dumbo too.
Sorry guys, if you're I'm not talking right now. I'm trying to flip my bowls and fix them.
See,
Yeah.
and that's like another thing too. Like with like Netflix and stuff. Like I don't really watch Netflix that much. It's like every time when you get good into like a series or everything, like they end up pulling it or something, or it gets canceled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. I'll give that. That they pull a lot of them. Like the great one right now going on is Lucifer. If you haven't watched Lucifer, you
Oh
live on a
yeah.
rock. I'm not being rude to anybody
Like
out there. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. If you haven't watched it yet, you live on a rock.
dude, one show back like a few years back, like I was actually into it because it was actually dope. It was American Vandal.
I've
I
never
don't know if
watched
you guys
that.
seen it.
Nope.
I haven't seen
And
it either.
dude, it's pretty damn funny and everything, but it's like, and then they canceled it.
Well, that's like a really long time ago. There was a movie or a TV show called Terra Nova.
Oh
It was like
yes.
it
Oh
was like one
yeah.
season, and it was a dinosaur show.
That
But
was
like
on Fox.
yeah, but Earth was like dying, and these scientists made like this portal to go back into time so that they could like rebuild and stuff. And they were only sending a
Timmy got
select
there.
through few, and so they went back to like the Jurassic time, and they were like colonizing where the dinosaurs were. And it was a super good show, and then they just canceled it.
Fox canceled it
Yeah.
because it didn't bring in the TV ratings they wanted, and they sold it to Sci-Fi, and Sci-Fi just never played it.
Yep.
I mean, do you guys remember when like I think it was like last year or something when the Tiger King was all famous?
Yeah.
Like,
So exotic.
is that like it's crazy?
Hit though. All right. Okay, on to the next movie.
Um. Well, I wish I could talk about Gucci's movie, but I don't know. He'd have to come in here and talk about his own movie.
Like it's
They're
like
coming.
legit his own movie.
It's literally called Gucci. Like
Nah, boy, you ain't that famous, Gucci. You ain't that famous.
um, Ghostbusters. There's another Ghostbusters coming
Don't
out.
care. Don't. I honestly don't. I never liked Ghostbusters.
If it doesn't have the original people since the day one,
It's
I
pointless.
don't care.
I agree.
Isn't Pirates of the Caribbean 6 coming out this year?
I don't know. I haven't seen it.
Is Johnny
but
Depp gonna be in it?
Yes. So we go that cat. We can go right there. Everybody who's like doesn't really understand the situation. Like we talked to somebody. I forget me and Case were. I think it was Cabbage. They were like, Johnny Depp's not playing the new Pirates of the Caribbean because the whole situation happened. I was like, that's where you're wrong.
Yeah, there was a lot of situation that was going through it.
And when they found out that she lied on Johnny Depp and actually he was the one getting abused, the Disney people were like, wow, we really just like casted our like one of our very like most loyal people to us out into the winds, and they brought him back and they doubled his contract. So for Johnny Depp to
thing is,
do
though,
3 more movies, and Pirates of the Caribbean
there's-
is like the one series where you can watch it, even Gucci does, that the storyline's kind of the same, but every movie's not like a runoff of the next. It's just like you can get back into it. It's not like, oh, it's this series needs to die. Like, Need for like Fast and Furious needed to die, but this one's
the other thing is like there's certain movies that have characters that like you can't just switch the character, like the actor who plays it, because no one's gonna watch it. And like Johnny Depp literally is Jack Sparrow, so if they changed it, like that movie would have tanked.
yeah. But like I
The
said,
movie
Pirates of the
coming
Caribbean
out.
6. If you watch the trailer, Johnny Depp's in it. Like he's gonna be in the movie. Like they're not gonna pull it from him.
I mean, I know he is, but I'm saying like that's one of those movies that
And
they
I
bring
and
him
I will
back.
say one thing Gucci said in chat. You got pulled from my Warner Bros. Film. Difference is Warner Bros. Is this big. Disney is this big. Warner Bros. Can say they want to pull him. If Disney says he's gonna be in it, he's gonna be in it because Disney owns the majority of it.
Back then, Warner Bros was at the top. It was.
But
But
I'm
then
saying we gotta think about Pirates of the Caribbean is Disney, not Warner Bros. So when you're thinking about it,
exactly, yeah.
like
It's
Disney
two different
owns it.
companies.
Wow, wait a second. The Ghostbusters movie? It's actually the original. It says the upcoming installment of the iconic franchise picks up 30 years after 1989's Ghostbusters
Okay, then I'm excited to watch that.
and follows a family that moves to a small town to discover their connection to the ghost catching business. Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, Ernie Hudson, Sigourney Weaver, and Annie Potts reprise their roles in the original movie, and they're joined by Finn Wolfhard, McKenna Grace, Paul Rudd, and Carrie Coon.
Then I'll watch it then for sure. If it has Bill Murray and all them in it, I'll watch
Yeah.
it for sure.
Yeah, they have him. I'll watch it for sure. Another one that's coming out, which I know about, is and it's been making. I don't know if they postpone it again. Hopefully, it's pray to God they don't hope it because I'm waiting for this movie for fucking 10 years, dog. Avatar 2 is supposed to drop in 2021.
I heard about that.
Avatar 2,
Yeah.
bro, I will.
Yeah. It was
Lit
supposed to. It was supposed to come out earlier, but then they postponed it.
till 2021 because it's supposed to come out in
Yeah.
2020, and they try to postpone it for the theaters to open back up. But since everything is switching to at-home theater, which is bringing more grossing money than a theater actually would, it do it. Because literally with the movie Soul, the Disney movie Soul, right? It broke Blockbuster's record, and it already broke Blockbuster's record at home. People
Like
buy
another movie that I'm actually waiting for because I don't know if you guys ever seen the first one, but and he finally made a sequel to it is Coming to America 2.
I've never even
Wait,
heard of
who's
that.
that with?
It's with Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall.
Yes, I've seen the first one. Yep.
Exactly. They're making a sequel and it's actually coming out in March.
I'm like, there's good movies.
Let me get
Yeah, this actually tastes a lot better on this bowl. But so Transformers, they're supposed to come out with new Transformers. I don't know if they're gonna make it. They're supposed to. A lot of people go, eh.
Listen,
Everybody's like,
I
eh.
listen. I love Transformers to death, but there's too many movies at this point.
Well,
Like,
there,
the storyline
it's
is
Well,
just
all of them
it's
was
not.
cool with Shia LaBeouf, but then when Mark Wahlberg came in, it was like, hold up.
I don't care what people say. No,
Well,
But
Mark
then
Wahlberg-
wait, hold on. But one thing though, Mark Wahlberg, he's a good ass actor. He
Yes.
is like off top.
we rated him in our top 5 on our last podcast.
Exactly. Yeah.
but that's like,
Like-
they're making a Fast and the Furious 9 that's supposed to be coming out this
See,
year.
that's
another series
But Fast and
that's
Furious-
another thing. That's another thing. What kind of pissed me off is like they're putting all these new motherfuckers in it. Like you got what I heard was Cardi B is going to be in it. John
Cardi
Cena is going.
B?
Yeah, John Cena is going to be Vin Diesel's brother.
I
like-
hate Fast and Furious. I'll play that right now. I never liked the series. But the thing going back to Kayla said about Transformers, right? Transformers has had a long series. Yes, I agree with that. But it's a generational thing. Gen 1 happened, and Gen 1 was 10 years long.
Yeah.
This is
I
Gen
know.
2. Gen 2 has its own storyline to it, and she's like, it doesn't keep its storyline like intact with the comics. But the reason they have to make a final one is because how they left it was where the creator of like everybody transformed into a human form, and she was walking around by herself, like as a human. Like the very end of the scene when she's walking through the desert and you see like the scales. So you have to put something off, and it's not like the whole cast of Transformers is there, because the end of it, Optimus Prime leaves, and everybody leaves except for the one person that's been here since the beginning, which was a foreshadowing, which was Bumblebee. Back when you said about Shia LaBeouf and how there was all these Transformers keepers, and
Exactly.
Bumblebee used not to be on the good side, because remember when he comes into Britain, he's getting shot by the British tank, because he used to be on the other side, which back in World War II, which we all know was in Germany, he was fighting the opposite side because he didn't know which side was good and bad.
That was such a great movie.
So like that has to be like put insight to it to think about. Okay, this one's coming out, and they're bringing Michael Bay back. So when they bring Michael Bay back, I don't give a fuck.
Michael Bay's
I'm gonna watch a Transformers movie.
Martin said I could.
Martin, I'm not gonna be rude to you, but you go stutter at Optimus Prime, and he gonna make fun of you, dog.
No. I believe Martin. Martin is ass.
I mean, I don't know. I like that's my series. I love Transformers. Fast and Furious was bullshit after Paul Walker died. They shouldn't keep making more. Let Paul Walker rest in peace. Let the fucking series die.
Well, you know what's the crazy thing about it? The crazy thing about it, like everybody thinks that after this one, like it's the last one, but no, they actually have a 10 movie contract. So after the 9, they have to make one more.
Yeah, I do.
It's pointless, dude. The movie is done. Tanked. Cap Martin. Okay.
Like back to Disney, another good movie was and you know it's 2 movies. Like this first one fucking hit top, bro. It was Moana, dude, with the
Moana was
Rock, like
yeah.
I love Moana.
bro,
Oh my god.
mind blown. Like who like
he's the
as
one
the Rock,
actor.
like as the Rock, like who would like how did he even think of that? Like let's be real.
But The Rock is
so versatile. You remember like he was in the Tooth Fairy movie.
But what
He was
y'all
in
aren't
all these
but what you
Exactly.
aren't realizing
movies.
is that The Rock has always been Disney's underlying. He's not signed to Disney, so we all understand that. But he's always
Exactly.
been Disney's underlying go-to to save them when they needed to. Like when they want to make
And
a really good movie, Rock.
When he started singing, my soul left my body. I was
eh,
like, oh my
she
god.
nasty.
I didn't-
I mean, The Rock's always sung though. Even back in wrestling, he would sing like he got there with his little acoustic guitar. Can you smell what The Rock is
Gucci
cooking?
Mane. Angel.
And another thing, like another one which my son likes and my wife likes it is I don't know if you guys seen it, was Coco. Another good one, dude. The
Yes.
Day of the Dead, bro, was off the chain. Like
That
it
was
was
really good.
like it was something that I never thought of, like this watch before, and then I watched it the first time and I was just like, yo, this movie's actually dope. Like like it's really good. I mean, they already have the second one out, but no one knows when the release day is. They have the trailer on YouTube, but all I know, if they make the second one, I'll for sure watch it off
Oh,
tops.
for sure. I
That's
mean,
so cute.
I like watching movies like that. Oh, now they're my preference. No, like I said, my preference of movies is like action thrillers, and a movie I don't know if you ever seen it. You might have because you're a little older than me. It's a barely legal citizen, right? So backstory, and I haven't watched it yet. But my friend Archibald Jordan has, and he explained to me, and I want to watch this. Like I really want to watch this, but I gotta find where to buy it at. It's called Barely Legal Citizen. It's Jamie Lee Foxx is in it, and the guy from Olympus Has Fallen and White House Down is in it. Basically, like the special force guy. And basically, it takes place like the trailer when you watch it. The opening scene is he used to be a CIA agent for like 20 years. He retired, and like the thing says, you never know when, in a flash of a blink, things could flip, right? And this guy's come to his house, knock on his door with a baseball bat, knock him on the ground, tie him up in the basement, and in front of him, he watches his wife get, by them, and his kid get killed, and his wife get killed. And the lawyer and the DA agent, Jamie Lee Foxx, tells him the guy is only getting 5 years, and he's like, "How is he only getting 5 years when he killed my wife and kid?" And he said, "It's not what you know, it's what you can prove." So the guy gets out in 5 years, and you see him sitting in his house. He's like me and you chilling. He gets a call, and he's like, "You have 50 seconds to get out your house. Police are coming." I guess he was like, "What are you talking about?" And he sees cops coming down the street. Well, he runs out, and the guy whose wife he murdered, he doesn't recognize him, can't realize who he is out here. He's like, "You're like a saint or something." He's like, "Yeah, come to my car. We'll get out of here." And he shake hands, but on his glove, he's gloves on. He has this like paralytic toxin on his hand, paralyzes him. Next thing you see is a guy with a saw, and he's tied down to a bed, like a medical bed, with adrenaline shot in him, getting pumped with adrenaline. He's like, "You will stay alive. You will feel every inch of this, and you will not enjoy it." And he starts to saw up. The next scene is him in prison, and he tells Jamie Lee Foxx, he goes, "Everybody who did me wrong is coming back to him." And the rest of the trailer is like the guy's in prison, blowing cars up, has hits on the DA, has a whole bunch of shit going on, and the very end of it's him in court with Jamie Lee Foxx next to him, and Jamie Lee Foxx goes, "We want to drop all charges," and he murdered like 12 people and got away with it. That's why it's called barely legal citizen, because he did it
You know,
all, but they couldn't prove he did it.
you know, it was another good movie. It was a good movie but funny movie at the same time. The Hitman Bodyguard.
I've
It
never seen
it
that
it's
one.
with Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson.
Okay, that's already sounds funny because Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah.
Exactly, dude. You guys gotta watch it. It's by far the most funny shit ever.
All right, we can go to a different segue here. We'll go back to movies here in a second, but Cage, you can inject too, like your personal feelings on it. I know you don't know a lot about it, but coming up, and it's a very important like mark in like sports history, I would say, is that I seen on Twitter too. This is what got my attention to it. I had a discussion with people on Platoon Day. Was that Tom Brady will be appearing in his 10th Super Bowl, and LeBron
I
James
seen that.
has already appeared in 10 NBA Finals. And the tweet said this: one is love and one is hated, and I wonder why. Now, my thing was like, I read this and I was like, I don't think either of them hated. I think they're both hated respectfully by fans, but no one really hates them. But the kid was insinuating, like in my opinion, like reading the comments afterwards, was that he was insinuating because LeBron James is African American and Tom Brady is white, Tom Brady's loved. And I really asked one of my African American friends, Cisneros, and like all of them. I was like, who do you think's better? And they're like Tom Brady, and I was like, why? And they're like, he has 7 rings, LeBron James has 4. It has nothing to do with how many finals they both. They both great legends in their own right.
Dude, it has nothing. Like, I'm just gonna tell you right now, it has nothing to do with color. I don't know why a lot of people think that. Me personally, I wouldn't look at it that way. Like, dude, it's
It's
just their
facts.
skills. You know,
It's
it's
just
their
facts.
athlete skills.
Yeah, like
Like, it's just the way that their performance, everything. Like, I don't know why people would go. Gucci's so stupid. I don't know why he
is he in the
would.
Discord?
He
I
said
don't
come
know.
in and introduce me.
I don't know why he would like. I don't know why people would jump to that, but I mean, people have different opinions
Tell him to
and
come.
everything. Like, a lot of
Gucci, you
people
can
have
come
different
in if you
opinions
want.
in a lot of stuff.
Gucci, you can come in if you want, bud. Yeah, I sorry guys, I was reading things. But yeah, no, it was simple. Like to me, it was simplistic. I read it. I was like, Tom Brady has 7 rings, LeBron has 4 rings. That makes more sense. Gucci, if you're gonna be here, turn your camera on. You don't have a camera. Forgot. But yeah, it makes simple. It's like simple to me. Like if I have if I go to 10 Super Bowls and I have 7 rings already, and I brought the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, one of the worst teams in the league of the past 3 years, to a Super Bowl my first year, I should be up there. Same thing with LeBron James. About Cleveland Cavaliers up there, so you can't really be upset with him. But that was just like a little segue I wanted to get. Like I wanted to get your personal opinion on it. And then Kayla had a situation I have earlier. I'm not gonna bring the person's name into it. We're not gonna talk about the person's name. But I want to get your standpoint on it because this is how I stand on it. There's a big thing out
Um,
here in the world where people say white
wait,
privilege.
wait. Since it's my story, can I say?
Well, I was gonna say sorry. I was gonna just talk about that main point about it. But you can tell the story if you want. Go ahead.
I mean, I'm not gonna go like into detail about the story.
Kayla,
Okay,
tell the story.
so I have this friend who is
Is
colored,
Gucci talking?
and I don't know, and he is turning into a she. So he likes, or like, he's like flips between using pronouns. So like he likes being called he or he likes being called they. Well, like we were talking about how I hate California and like I miss Florida because I'm a Florida girl and California is overpriced. There's nothing to do here. Like it never rains. And he said that he liked California better because like it has a more support for colored people and like the LGBTQ community. And I was like, okay, like
Plus.
yeah, plus I was like, I was like, and I was like, okay, well, like, I don't really understand that because I'm in neither of those communities. And I was like, I just miss Florida. And then he brought up the point, because he's from Florida too, that he felt Florida was like homophobic and like racist. And that pretty much like everyone there was. And I was like, well, not everybody there is. I was like, yeah, it's definitely more prominent in the city. But that doesn't mean that
Hydrate.
everybody there is. And I told him, I was like, I just don't understand it from your side because obviously, like, I'm a white girl. I'm neither of those things. And he told me that I was the definition of white privilege. And I was like, Well, do you want me to say that I understand? Because I feel like that would be arrogant for me to say I understand because I don't fit in either of those categories. So like I can't actually understand like
It,
anything from that side.
And then
it's one of those things where you got to really think about of like what you say too, because like people have their own opinions, and that's how people will try to do to get.
what just happened here? Sorry, I did not mean to do that. I literally just left the whole chat.
and
Yeah.
and that's the thing. A lot of people would try to they'll try to argue about that stuff. But like if someone tried to argue with me about that stuff, I'd be like, hey, dude, like you have your own opinion. Well, this is what I think, and we're just gonna just leave it as that.
Yeah, so
Like
I just want to put this out there. This is my opinion. I don't really like things. Every person in the world can have white privilege, and I don't mean white privilege as like you can be a person of color. It does not like, privilege is not defined by the skin color of your tone. It's defined how your character is, how well you're willing to work for it, and where you want to go in life. Now, are there people out in the world that are more privileged than other people in the world? Yes, and that doesn't mean you be fucking yellow and still be more fucking privileged than a white man. Be purple and be more privileged. It is where you come from and how much you're willing to work to get to your goal, and that's where I standpoint on it. But there's a lot of people out there just don't want to see past it. Like me and Kayla watch this thing called Middle Grounds, and like you'll have like conversations with people on the opposite side and try to meet middle grounds about it. And it's like I can understand and I see things certainly like a certain way, like how I see like I'm not gonna say because I can't. I physically like, I'm legitimately not allowed to say it, but Kayla can say that person's name. Has put our troops in the back of a garage, the National Guard, because the situations have happened, and now they're sleeping in the garage. Now, me personally being in the military, I support our troops. I support everybody in that, but I also support the other side of the movement with BLM. Do I support the group, like the actual foundation? I know I would never put money into it, but I will go support things that talk about poverty for less developed cities. Yes. Do I go support funding for like less schools? Yes. Like that's things that need to be like recommending dishes. But those same people that are in those less communities and then like have those like poverty situations that they can't get themselves out of are the same people that want to argue and be like it's because of their color of their skin. It's not always because of color of skin because there's dirtbag white guys out there who can't get anywhere and will go around screaming white privilege. Like it's just defined on your character of how you work, in my opinion. Gucci, you want to say something, huh? Because I see your thing moving.
Yeah, I do want to say something. I do agree with you, and I feel like, I mean, this might be overstepping, but I don't really think. I think it's the culture of how you were grown up in, and it's not really the color of your skin. It's how you were raised. I think that's about 60% of it, and 30% of it's you, and the other 10%'s like, for me, I'm a very godly person. I go to church and stuff, and I'm very religious.
He does. He does.
exactly,
He
And I
does.
think 10%
exactly.
of it is if you're in church and you're raised in church. I mean, if you're not raised in church, that's fine, but it has a factor in it as well, I believe.
No, I agree. I think it's how you were brought up because like people put a lot of stereotypes on your color. Like people assume just because you're black, like you're ghetto, or just because you're white, you're pooper. But if you actually like look at people, like there are white people that grow up in the ghetto that have accents
Mm,
and have like different like ways they talk and react to things. And then there are like colored people who grow up with like in like richer communities and they talk like a certain way. So I don't think like just because you're color like you're one way or another, like it's definitely how you're brought up.
100%. I will stand by that, and I will 100% agree with Kayla. Like, it's how you're brought up. I agree with what Hookah said, and I agree with Gucci said. Like, this isn't someone's like, we're not sitting here bashing anybody in their beliefs. And, like, if you believe, like, white privilege is a thing, go ahead and out there and believe that. We're not sitting to say, like, you're wrong. I'm not going to call anybody wrong ever. I would just say, like, maybe, like, look at other sides and point of views. Because there's somebody,
Yeah, because
there's
if you
everybody in the
really
world that
think
has
about
one.
it, like everybody has their own opinion. So technically, there isn't no wrong or right.
Answer.
Exactly, because everybody has their own opinion.
Yeah, I
Like
agree with
like
that.
another thing, like what you guys said, like the whole accent thing. I have a dang accent. If I get mad as hell or something, you will hear it. Like you would hear it clear as hell. And it's like, dude, some people look at me like, well, why you talking like that, like this? I'm just like, dude,
I
shut
mean,
that shit up,
when I get
dude.
mad as hell, like when I get mad as hell, I go back to like speaking Hebrew. A lot of people are like, why are you speaking terrorist language? And it's like it's not. I'm speaking terrorist language. I'm just speaking like how I'm angry. Or I get really quiet. People see when like white people get really angry and they get really quiet. Like okay, calm down. Don't pull a Glock out. But it's not the fact that every white person pulls a gun out. Just like not every black man who's driving a car is doing something wrong. It's just how society perceives it and how they look at it. And it's a big thing that we like people as a culture as a people we need to work on in 2021. Like it's one of my big standpoints 2021 is like being more vocal towards things that I see are wrong, whether it's on both sides. Like personally, I think like police like should have more training. Like personally, I'm going to want to go to police force, but I do believe they need more training. Do I believe that an officer should carry a Glock 17 on them or Glock 19 on them for their own protection? Yes. Do I believe that it should be as accessible and as easy to shoot somebody and get away with as an officer? Hell no. Do I believe that you should also grab your taser as your first instinct of defense? Hell no. But do I also believe that when you watch videos of a cop going on a scene, like there's a body cam, he's walking up the street and he knows the guy, like he knows him by name, and he's telling him, "Calm down, hey, calm down. I understand you had a fight with your wife, you're not going to jail, anything like that." And the man pulled a knife on the officer that he's known for 6 years and started chasing him down the block, and the cop tased him twice. He ripped the prongs out, and he still chased him. At that point, like, okay, do what you got to do. You're defending your own. But then you see other people on the other side. It's like, well, he had a knife on him, he had a taser on him, he should have did other things to do it to it. But even in the military, if you run at me, you go with a knife, and I shot you twice with a taser, and you're pulling him out, you're not going to go down to me like wrestling you. I'm going to do something to hurt you. Now, do shoot in the chest? I don't believe anybody should ever get shot in the chest or head. Like as an officer, like you have a right to shoot him. If you can shoot someone in the leg, plain and simple. This is how they teach you CC. If I can shoot you in your leg, I know you're gonna stop. If I shoot you enough in your leg, if I shoot 3 times your legs, you're gonna drop. I don't have to keep pulling the trigger. I can handle you from there. Officers nowadays, they just want to shoot and get over with. And like, okay, I know I have my unit reps and all that happening, and it's just a situation that just doesn't need to happen at all. We can move on to a different subject, and anybody can have their own subject they want to talk about. If anybody has any ideas, if y'all don't, I have an idea. I have kind of a subject we can talk on. If y'all want to talk on one, Kaylee, you got one to talk on?
I have a conspiracy theory.
Oh, great! I love these. Let's get it.
Oh God.
Okay, so I
Here
have
we
a
go.
whole page pulled up on 20 of internet's craziest conspiracy theories.
Let's
This
do it.
one, is apparently the moon doesn't exist. There's a group of people that believe that the moon is not real. It's a hologram put in the sky by aliens or an unknown force. Um,
Hold on, hold on,
All
hold
right, you
on.
need a different one. You got something in that hookah bowl if you think we're gonna speak about that.
Wait a
You're
minute.
going nuts.
Who went outside to see if the thing was there?
You see it, hookah?
there's a quote. There's literally a quote from somebody saying that someone went as far as looking at it regularly for a year. Like they would go outside and stare at the moon for an hour every night to see that if it would glitch or if it would fade away. Because
Case,
the
you
moon
want to know what
doesn't
we call those
exist.
people?
Crazy?
Yeah, crazy.
Well, these are the craziest ones.
All right, so fuck that. That's wild. If you don't believe the moon, look here, look at me. If you don't believe the moon is real, go to your physician, your therapist, and get some medicine. The moon is real. It causes tides. If we don't have the moon, we would all drown and look like Japan back in 2014 when the tsunami hit. Okay? We no one wants that. All right? Calm down with that. Okay. Hookah's getting the picture. While Hookah's gone, we can talk about something. Alex, how do y'all feel about the COVID vaccine?
Not in a million years will I put that stuff in my body.
Nope. I have medical experience and I worked in the medical field and I've administered and drawn up. And one, the vaccine isn't even a fully FDA licensed yet, which is why they can't make it mandatory to give out to healthcare workers or the military. That's why it's still voluntary. And they put that vaccine out in less than a year. So they didn't have enough clinical trials and
Alright, this
testing
has
on
come
it.
off.
So, fuck no.
Here's one thing I will say about that though. For me and for all of us, we are at such a young age that like if we get it, we'll be sick for like a couple days and then we'll rebound. We'll be okay.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
healthy, we're
Yeah.
young.
Another,
But if you're like 70 or like older, I mean, you might as well just go take it because it's gonna really affect you. I think that people that are older and high risk should take it though.
The thing is, too, is like, it hasn't been out that long, but I have family members that work that have personally gotten the
Hookah's
vaccine.
back.
And one of my aunts got it.
Hookah showed me the picture of the moon.
like like 2 weeks after she got the vaccine, she went into kidney failure and had to go to the hospital. Is it related? I don't know, but she was perfectly healthy before then, and I just think it's weird. And I've also read reports of people like in their 40s that got the vaccine and have gotten sick and have to have been hospitalized within a few weeks of getting it, but none of them are like actually linked to the vaccine yet.
So, I just was asking that because I just found it curious, out of curiosity, like what people thought about it. I
Guys, Martin doesn't believe the moon is real.
I know. I've read Martin doesn't believe the moon is. Who could have proved the moon was real? All right. I got a serious theory that most of y'all don't know. I learned about this. I have two actually. So y'all want to listen to them? All right. First one. Y'all ever hear about the magic bullet theory? Magic bullet theory, right? Y'all know what it is? Kayla does. Hookah or Gucci?
No.
All right. So you remember when? So John F. Kennedy got assassinated, right? And they said one bullet entered him and killed him. It was one bullet, and it came through his neck, and the exit wound is in his stomach, right? In order for that bullet to have hit him in the neck and come out his stomach, it would have traveled through his esophagus, down his body, ricocheted around his ribs. This is a 22. No, it's a high caliber. I can't think it's 22 or 26 caliber, right? Back then, ricocheted through his ribs and came out the bottom of his stomach. Now this is what the FBI released to the United States people, and it took people 15 years to come up with this theory and actually bring it to court so they could find out, because they always say the man who killed him was one shooter and he shot one shot that killed John F. Kennedy and came out his stomach. Now, in the position like where John F. Kennedy was sitting in the car going down Dallas or wherever he got shot at, the bullet came through the back of his neck, right, and then exited the front of his stomach. How does that happen?
You never
I,
seen
I
Star Wars, bro?
no, not even Star. You ever seen that movie Wanted when that bitch curved the bullet?
Yeah, but I'm saying like, you see what I'm saying? Like you can't, no one can argue it. But also the bullet, like the size of the bullet, and like if they shot it again at like a gelatin, it would have stuck. It would have got stuck somewhere in his body. And if he got shot in the neck and it stuck somewhere in his body, he would have had a chance to survive. It means there was two shooters, but no one who the second shooter is.
I
That
think it was an inside job, bro.
It could have been, honestly.
We're talking about some wild shit. Also, another one. This one's gonna fuck your mind. You're not matter.
Oh, this sounds so stupid.
Just let that sink
Look
in.
how
You're.
happy he is to talk about it too.
And I
Look at
heard
the
this.
big
Why
old
I
grin
know.
on
I
his
heard this from
face.
a fucking. I heard this from a kid who has a monotone and was in a coma, like, and now he's in the Marine Corps. But he was like, a scientist came out. It wasn't even him saying it. A scientist came out and said, people can't be matter for the simple fact that atoms can't touch other atoms. For instance, like you touching, like me and Hugo touching this, we're not touching this. This has its own atoms, which are negative. We have positive atoms, right? So our atoms touch the negative atoms, which makes us feel like we're touching it. But when you do this, you can feel your skin, right? By his theory, your hands wouldn't touch. In matter, with positive matter and positive matter touch, they would go through each other. They wouldn't collide. You have to have negative and positive to collide with each other to have physical touch. But he said, in human bodies are found more positive than negative ions that we would slide through each other. And that's his whole theory. And he wrote a whole thesis on it, got published, and won a prize on it. Because a lot of people started believing that humans were made of more positive atoms than negative atoms, and that we should be able to use our mind enough to actually go through our own hand and like go through shit. Which you have to,
this slide right through.
yes,
I mean, technically,
I,
we
like
only
like like
use...
like you slide into someone's DM.
yeah, like you just skirt right in.
Oh my god. Technically, we only use like 5% of our brain capacity. So I mean, if we did use our entire brain, like who knows
You'd be like
what
the movie
would
Lucy, and we'd be
happen.
dead.
Yeah, like
All
who
right.
knows what would happen.
I think it's time we asked them because we asked each other on the last podcast. Gucci, you can go first. Name your top 5 actors and give us the reason why.
Top 5
Yes, sir.
off
That's a
the
lot.
dome.
We did off the dome
Um,
too. Trust.
I mean, probably my number one. Oh God, dude, I like Leonardo DiCaprio a lot.
I said that.
That's my top one too.
My second one. He's my second
Any
one.
movie that he is in, I will watch. I don't know why. He's just such a good actor to me.
He is.
Number 2.
Wait, sorry to interrupt you, Gucci. Off tops, no cap. Martin, let's in the comments. I want to see your 5 also.
Yeah,
so.
in comments, y'all can give us y'all's top 5 too if y'all like. We're curious.
Any movie with Ryan Reynolds, I'll watch. It
I
doesn't
said the
matter
same
what it
thing. I
is.
said the same thing.
He is the funniest actor I think I've ever seen. Seth Rogen's another one. That any movie with Seth Rogen, I'll watch Seth Rogen.
He
I
wasn't in our
love
top
Seth
5 hook
Rogen.
at all.
He's in my top. I'm a comedy guy. I love comedy, and I'm gonna put Adam Sandler in there too. I
Adam Sandler's
love
top
Adam
10.
Sandler.
I love Adam Sandler. He's top 10.
I love Adam
I
Sandler.
put Eddie Murphy in mine.
Yeah. He was in
Yeah.
mine. Eddie Murphy was in mine too. That's your 4.
Fi-
Your 4th.
5th. Dude, I love Matthew McConaughey, bro.
That was my
Matthew
number
McConaughey-
That
one.
was your number one.
That was my
Matthew
number
McConaughey
one.
makes fire movies, bro. You can't
All
change
right,
my
all
mind.
right, all right. Hell
Gotta
yeah.
keep
Lincoln
living,
Lawyer,
man.
Interstellar. I don't give a fuck. Wolf of Wall Street. Matthew McConaughey has it hands down. All right, Kay,
Love
let's hear your
Matthew
let's hear your
McConaughey.
five.
Um, okay, so number one is Leonardo DiCaprio, obviously. He's a great fucking actor.
She loved him.
I do.
He deserved a lot more Oscars than he has.
Thank
He
you.
does.
Of course.
But I don't know if you guys ever saw, what was it? I don't remember what it was called. It didn't get that much like
All right,
credit,
hold on. Martin, we mean actual actors, idiot.
This man probably put
Khalifa.
porn stars.
He did. He put Mia Khalifa number one.
I don't even have your Twitch up, and I know that's what he put.
Bro, she got some bushy ass eyebrows, bro.
Okay, okay. Back to Caleb.
Different topic.
Different topic for a different time.
And
Fuck.
Kayla's not here.
Why? Can I not comment on her big nose too?
Yeah, see?
Am I not allowed
All right,
to
Case,
comment
go to your next one.
She's not attractive.
She's not.
Bro, I
okay,
could say so much, but I'm not. It's not on a different time.
Different time, different topics.
Robert Downey Jr.
That was my second.
Definitely Matthew.
She like went out.
Matthew McConaughey, she said, was her third.
Okay.
Ryan Reynolds. God, I'm trying to think.
We're gonna tell Mars after they get done telling theirs.
Chris Evans.
That's your fifth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chris Evans.
Number one,
Yeah.
Matthew McConaughey. 'Cause I love Matthew McConaughey. He's a great actor. Number two, Robert Downey Jr., favorite superhero of all time. Number three, Will Smith. Will Smith is the
I can't believe they put him
greatness.
on there.
Number four was Eddie Murphy. And my fifth was Ryan Reynolds.
It's just,
Good.
no DiCaprio though.
Yeah.
DiCaprio was my
weird.
sixth.
Ooh,
6.
Eddie Murphy over
Oh.
DiCaprio though.
No.
Yep.
I don't know about
Go
all
ahead,
that,
Hookah.
Chief.
DiCaprio.
You had Adam Sandler over Will Smith.
I didn't
Adam
even have
Sandler's
Will Smith.
hilarious.
And Martin
Sandler-
Lawrence.
No, Adam Sandler is the goat.
Yeah.
No, you don't put him over. You don't put him over. Will
He
Smith.
wears gym shorts every day. He's got goat status, dude. He doesn't care anymore. if you see pictures of him like paparazzi, and
Bro,
stuff,
you put
it's
Seth
not
Rogen over Will Smith, okay?
Yeah, I don't know what I was. Dude, Seth Rogen's hilarious, dude.
But he's not better than Will Smith. You can agree to that.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean,
I mean,
I
bro,
guess.
he's a Fresh Prince.
Yeah, but there's
What
also
has he
Before
done for
my
me?
time.
14 great birthdays and not even a card.
I could say, yo, the last episode of Fresh Prince when he like cried to Phil was like off tops like the best scene right there.
I watched them giving the remnants on James Cameron, and they're all sitting there and like they're all crying. Will Smith has like a straight face until that scene about his dad came in, and like every inch of tears came out of Will Smith. And it was just like the saddest thing to see. Cause he told afterwards he was like James Cameron was hugging him. He's like, that's how you fucking act. That's how you fuck. I want that from now on. That's how you act. All right, and then we go to the next topic me and Gucci had last time was not Gucci but Hookah. Top 5 music artists. Kays can go first this time.
Fuck. Okay. No particular order, cause I don't. So, I listen to a lot of EDC. So Millennium is an EDC artist. I like MGK, Logic.
Yeah, you said Logic too.
Mhm.
Yeah, MGK, Logic, Millennium, Martin Garrix. How many is that? 4?
4.
And then,
I'm surprised she hasn't said her main man yet.
well, I mean, I could say that. Yeah, I'll just a Harry Styles. Who
She
else
blew
am
me
I
out of the water
missing?
because her like top artist the past 5 years has been Black Bear.
Oh fuck yeah, no, I replaced that. Black Bear. Yeah, you're right.
I was like, wait a minute, her top 5 is like
Black
Black Bear's in
Bear.
there for sure.
Yeah, Black Bear.
All right, Hookah. Oh no, Gucci. My bad.
Yeah, you guys will see my taste in music in about 5 seconds. I got this list down packed.
Go
Number
ahead.
1, Polo G. Number 2, Kid Leroy. Number 3, Juice World. Number 4, Lil Uzi Squirt.
Little Uzi
Number
Squirt.
5,
Squirt.
Number 5, NLE Choppa, the top shot of the Dundada.
All right. And then Hookah, I went first last time. So you can go.
I don't. Oh yeah. Well, mine was kind of different because I did like kind of old school rappers and
Yeah, you did.
everything. Yeah. So I picked like I think it was Juice WRLD. It was XXXTentacion.
Yep.
It was Tupac.
Those are good.
Tupac. And then me personally, it's another one. I love NWA. You know, because it was real. Everything that they said was real. And I think my last one would have to off top. I mean, I said it, and this was started a beef between me and Llamas when I said it was Eminem.
Oh no.
All right. So
The real Slim Shady.
number 5, I said, was Wu-Tang Clan.
Bro, you remember I put that as my 6 too, because
Yep.
that's James' favorite one too.
Number 4, out of all the artists I said, no, yeah, number 4 out of the artists I said, I'm pretty sure. What did I say?
Martin's list is pretty nice too.
No, number 4 was XXX. 'Cause I put X in there. Number 3 was MGK. Number 2, who was my number 2 again? Number 1 is Logic. I know that. I'm trying to think my second one was again. Who did I say? What have I not recently?
I think you said it was Will Smith.
No, it wasn't Will Smith.
No.
Will Smith was my 6th. Cause I actually
Is
think
it
he had some
Joyner?
hit. No, it wasn't Joyner. It was, oh my god, Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne was my second.
Lil
Makes sense.
Wayne.
Oh, Wayne.
But like you can tell the difference of like ages though, cause Gucci's all like newer rappers, and then we had the older rappers. That was like, anyways. We'll go back to we're hopping around subjects here. Gucci actually is probably have a good input on this one. Who do you think has a better chance of winning this year's Super Bowl? Tom Brady and the Bucks, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, I said your name first.
Never count out Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh, Falcons. That's a
never-
Falcons diss for anybody Falcons fans in here.
I will never ever take another quarterback over Tom Brady in the Super Bowl until he retires.
Carson Wentz.
I'm gonna be right back.
There's no way. You just said Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz won, didn't he?
No, Nick Foles won.
Oh, Nick Foles did, yeah.
Yeah, but Brady threw for 5 touchdowns and like 400 yards that game. Just
I think Mahomes can pull it out.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. I never count Brady out.
All right, well, we can talk about let's think. Okay, is there any other topics pulled over there right now?
I mean that I still have like conspiracy theories pulled up. These are the ones that were like true though, that like
Let's see it.
actually turned out to be true. Okay, so the first one's called Project Sunshine.
I've heard about that. Yeah.
So the conspiracy theory was the government was stealing dead bodies to do radioactive testing. And it was true because the government was stealing actual like body parts because they needed young tissue for testing, and it was like more than 1,500 bodies that they had taken parts from.
1,500
Yeah, for government testing.
from like poor people's dead grave. Just took them out. Give me this person.
No, I think they had. Well, no, I said stealing, so I assume that they took it without consent.
I heard a lot of
Oh,
them
yeah,
were
it
actually
says-
babies.
Each collected without notification or percent of the more than 1,500 families, and yeah, it says recently deceased babies and children.
What?
They would take samples and even limbs because they needed young tissue, I guess, for whatever testing they were doing.
How can you be that much of a sick individual? You're like, I'm gonna take dead babies from the grave to do radiation testing. Like, why? Like, what was the point? What was the end goal of this?
I mean, I don't. It didn't say what kind of testing it was, but the like literally this page is conspiracy theories that turn out to be. Like, there's another one, and it's about during the prohibition, like when you weren't allowed to have alcohol.
You get
people-
moonshine.
People were saying that the government was poisoning alcohol to keep people from drinking, and between 1926 to 1933, they were using poisons in the alcohol that they were they were selling, so that people they would get sick when they drank it, so they wouldn't try to buy it on like the black market or wherever they got it from.
That's wild.
Never heard that one.
Neither have I.
This one says government mind control.
All right,
The
let's keep it real. They're mind controlling us now. Come on.
This is,
Gucci, we were bred to play rogue.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
the conspiracy theories, the CIA was testing LSD and other hallucinogenic drugs on Americans in a top secret experiment on behavior modification.
Oh no, this is real actually. Yeah. I know
Yeah,
about
and
this.
the program was called MK Ultra,
Yeah.
and they started by using volunteers,
Yep.
and then the program started dosing people without their knowledge, and then they actually left people like mentally disabled because they were dosing them with such high dosages.
So, going to her point about this, the theory she's talking about. So, it really originally didn't start with humans either, just so it said. There's an actual video you can look at the first LSD trial, and it was on a cat. There's this cat sitting in like this little like clear container, and he has cat food, and he eats his cat food, and the cat just starts fucking freaking, like lays on the ground, just starts like freaking and shaking and doing a whole bunch of wild things. And this is like before they actually started doing like human trials, like she was saying, and this is when the FDA was testing if this drug could actually be should be illegal to actually consume as human beings. And then that's when they went to further trial. And once the further trials, like she said, happened, is when the FDA came out and said that LSD, hallucinogens like shrooms and ecstasy and stuff like that would be now illegal because and this all formed in their labs, and they started testing this on cats. Hey,
I'm not gonna lie,
don't play
some of
with
these
your mice.
conspiracy theories sound fucking crazy.
What do you got in your
Like
pocket?
the Nazis came from Middle Earth.
Okay.
What is that?
Okay.
Okay, let's keep it real.
Let's keep it real here.
Like what is that?
All right, guys, this is a serious conspiracy theory. Moon
Alright.
landing, the first ever moon landing, real or fake?
I think it's real.
I think
I-
it's fake
Really?
Why?
You think it's fake?
because think about it. Why did we even want to get to the moon in the first place?
We want to get to the moon in the first place. 'Cause we went to the moon during the Cold War when we were facing the Russians.
Yeah,
Now,
but
if
we're
you're,
gonna get there first.
but you're being, you're just, I get what you're saying, but the Russians did land a drone first there, and there was a flag of Russia implanted first by a drone, like a remote control drone, and stuck it in. And there's a theory that says the Americans went over and kicked it over, and then put our flag down, and Neil Armstrong took a photo. And I'm saying like, I purposely believe it's real for simple fact is like, NASA wouldn't have done this big of a host just to say it's fake. They would like somewhere along in that mass amount of time, there would have been something stating it's fake. Was that Bugs?
I don't know. I think it was Tom.
Like it would have been somewhere massively saying it's fake, and that's just like you can't fake something that extreme. Like someone somewhere is gonna slip up. Like, there's saying that says three can keep a secret if two are dead, and that's a true meaning. Like three can keep a secret if two are dead, and none of those people randomly died. They died of age and shit like that.
What the fuck did he say? My uncle's dad's brother's
For why?
girlfriend was there when they faked it.
Oh.
I'm telling you. No, think about it though. They're in a race to beat Russia, or well, it was the Soviet Union, and they knew that we didn't have the technology. They could just easily fake it in a studio and say that they were there first.
I mean, listen, I
Well,
do
we had other
agree
people
that
helping us with that though.
the thing is though, is all the CGI and everything that was made back then, our CGI like sucked back then during that time period. So it would have been really hard to fake images that looked that realistic.
Wait, did you say? Wait, hold on, Martin. What do you mean Trump? Trump's real. He was a president. That's like, what? We can go get that. We can get involved in that. Martin. But no, about this like the back to the moon. Yeah, you're like we're racing. We didn't have technology, but we also talked to numerous other countries, including China, Britain, and Japan. Even though China was a communist country, to put us there first, because China might be a communist country, but they didn't want Russia beating them. And Chinese technology was on that aircraft that went up there. So
I don't know.
great series. Sideway. Great series you should watch is what is it? Away? The series you watched is Way?
The
Yeah, I
space
think it's
one?
Away. Far Away. That's a really good space series. Honestly. They're going to like the first people go to Mars, and it's just it's from episode 1 to episode 6 because they're all hour long. You will be indulged and like on edge, trying to figure out what's gonna happen. But this man said the Russian. Okay, we're gonna go there. COVID's fake. Like what?
Some people believe
The
that.
moon landing is as real as COVID,
A
dog.
lot of people don't believe it too, so I don't know.
I mean, they sort of fucked themselves by saying like people who had the flu died of COVID. They were bumping numbers on purpose.
Yeah, that is true.
The thing about it though, COVID was here the whole entire time.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah,
zoolistic strand of virus. Like we all know that.
yeah. All dogs have a form of COVID.
I mean,
It's not this the exact form that's like infecting humans, but like every dog like has a form of it.
well, I mean that's true.
I mean, that's kind of like, I mean, animals carry a whole bunch of stuff. That's like cats in their claw. That's why cat scratches are supposed to be super dangerous because cats have dormant viruses and bacteria that hang out in their claws.
Interesting.
Didn't know that.
The
Didn't know
things
That's
either.
you
why
learn.
that's why I don't fuck with cats.
I don't like cats either, but I have a cat.
So,
Okay, what about 9/11?
Okay,
Oh
that's
God,
let's not
hold
get
up,
into it.
hold
Let's not
up,
get into that.
hold up.
That's a
We
bit
don't we don't we
sensitive.
don't want Martin to start saying some dumb shit.
Yeah.
I think we go back to topics where we talk about people earlier. We go back to that conversation. We go there and like people how they standpoint. I don't care. How y'all feel about gun rights? Here we go.
Give me my guns. I'm just kidding.
Like, what do you think about them? Do you think more restricted, or do you think they should let? Do you think it should be harder for people to obtain a gun,
Yeah.
and why?
People take advantage of that, dude. When people get it, like they will just try to take advantage with it. That's the thing. A lot of people are different.
No, I think that it like you should be allowed to own a gun, but I think it should be a lot more strict because like in Georgia, like you can literally show up to a gun show your ID check and you can purchase a firearm.
Yeah. So in Arkansas, dude, you can have as many as you want.
That's like in Florida, you can buy guns in Walmart.
You can buy guns and dicks in California.
Can
You
you?
can buy a gun at Dunham Sporting Goods here in
Yeah.
Michigan.
Yeah, Big Five, dude. You can buy them right there.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
you can buy guns in any store basically.
You can buy a gun at Dollar
I
General
think I think
nowadays.
there should be more classes on it. I don't think people should be restricted how many guns they own in their house if you're actually a safe carrier of it. And I believe that
Yeah.
you should. I believe you should have Type 3 weapons. It's like a 240, which you can buy a 240 off at FN or FN Scar and run down the street and just mollywop people. No.
Like I know someone right now, and a close friend of mine. He literally has like 157 guns. Why I don't know. Like, dude, you don't need that much.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, my gunny in the Marine Corps, he has over 216 guns. None of them are at his house; they're in his storage and like a locker back home where he lives. But he collects them and he builds them and he goes and resells them because he has a license for them. Now, if you have a license for it and you do all that, it's cool. If you want to
Yeah,
gun collect,
exactly. I
as
mean,
gun
you're making
collect,
money.
you're gun collecting and you gun collect off your offside of your house. That's perfectly fine. Like, go ahead, do it. Do I believe people should be like already able to open carry down the street with a fucking AR-15?
No.
Hell no. Do I think somebody have a right to conceal carry? Yes. I think it's a given right that we fought for. Because the thing is, if we take the gun rights, right? I take all your guns out of your house. Say guns are illegal. Are guns gonna disappear? No.
No.
You can get them off the
People
black
just if
market.
the thing is though is people have this thing where they're like it's not the people that kill, it's the gun, but in reality it's the people that kill. It's not the
You know
gun.
what they say? Either Glocks or cocks. Am I right? Get out of here, Martin. I'm fucking. I don't. I standpoint that personally I want to own a gun. I'm gonna own a gun eventually. So like I standpoint like there should be classes on it, and I want to get a concealed carry. But I would never have in my house over 12 guns just laying around. Like you go to a southern house and see someone has a shotgun in their front door, AR in their
Yeah.
bedroom. Like that's just overkill.
Exactly.
I mean, like, I grew up in the South, and I have family, like, in all parts of the South, and, like, my aunt and uncle live in Alabama, and they have, like, 100 something guns, like, in their house, but they're not just, like, laid around, like, they're in drawers or something, because I remember when I was, like, little, they'd be like, don't go opening drawers, don't go opening cabinets, don't go in this room, like, they were put away, like, they weren't just, like, open access.
Gucci has no input on this.
I mean, I'm 17 years old.
Yeah. All right, Gucci. Who's winning in the fight, JJ or Jake Paul? Huh? KSI or Jake Paul?
KSI.
Huh? Yeah, KSI. I hate Jake Paul.
All right. Very fair enough. Just curious.
DJ's gonna kick his ass.
Yeah.
How do y'all think 2021 is gonna go? In all aspects, like political, health, like y'all think we think we got pandemic? What's gonna happen?
No.
Martin, you're a 5'1", stuttering kid. You're not gonna beat JJ. He'll crush you.
Martin's got the confidence, I don't know.
I don't know. Like, I don't know how 2021 is gonna be. That's the thing. No one knows.
What are you hoping for?
I mean, shit. That everything's back to normal. but that's not going to take itself shit. Who knows how long?
Yeah.
I mean,
I
for
also.
oh, I'll let you go,
Oh no,
Case.
go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. Well, for us especially, because I'm in Michigan, you three are in California.
For
We're
five more
like in the
months.
top. Yeah, we're like the top states for like COVID lockdowns and stuff right now, and like in our states, it's been hit the most. I'm just ready, dude. I haven't been out to eat in like 7 or 8 months.
Exactly. Like same here. I'm just like and I heard that some restaurants in California start going back to normal, but it's like it's still not going to be the same.
Yeah, it's not.
I
That's
don't
what
think
I
it'll
was
ever
gonna
be the
say.
same.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Cause like for a whole year, we haven't been able to eaters pulling out go restaurant. Like California, anywhere you go, you have to have a face mask on. Like it's to the point where like when they release like the wearing face masks, like I feel like a lot of people are gonna be uncomfortable like not wearing one. Like you know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like people didn't take sickness like serious before, but like knowing like having like lived through an actual like pandemic and having to wear a face mask and not being able to go do like normal people things, like I feel like even when it's like over, like it's not really gonna be over. Like I still like people feel like people are gonna be like psychologically like not in the norm
I
like
mean,
it
it's
was
bad
before.
enough. Like like just like a few weeks ago, you guys see that big riot? How many people did you guys see on the news did not wear a mask?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. I think rioting needs to come to. Like, I understand protesting, but I think the riots is.
Peaceful
Yes,
protesting.
I think
Yeah,
like
that's
I
Yeah, a
think
peaceful one.
the riots are just get over it. Like we gotta stop doing that. Like we're like we people live in those towns and those cities that they're doing that to, and it's like, what are you really accomplishing by destroying someone else's life? Like you do.
not only that, but a lot of them do to their own city. Like you were gone during the summer, and I forgot what it was. Like was it the Black Lives Matter,
Yeah,
where
Minneapolis.
they were tearing through no like here like they were tearing through. People were on live stream on Facebook like 30 minutes from my house, like setting stuff on fire and like graffitiing buildings. Like and those people like lived there. Like why are you gonna destroy your own
Where you live? Yeah, I get that.
your own home?
I get
Like
that.
when you like when they did all the big write up in LA, dude, they were like robbing the freaking Nike store, everything. Like they were just
Like
Yeah.
that's not a protest. You're trying to steal them. Like
yeah, like they were just ransacking everything.
I think 2020 and all like sitting here 26 days in 2021 was just a big clusterfuck of people being like, this year's already shitty. How much worse can we make it? And people just made it 10 times more worse than it had to be. And we're like one of the countries that still have like the outbreaks and cases. Yes, we're one of the bigger countries in the world. We're the biggest country besides China in the world that with population wise that has all these people. But even China, they don't have as much breakdown as we do. They don't have all that stuff because they took the precautions. They did what they had to do, and people went back to living their lives in the best of their ability they could do. I don't know. I think we need to segue off this and go to something else. So well, me, K's, and Gucci know a lot about this. What are your picks, and who do you think is going to come out best in the CDL with the new rosters and seeing the for open week happen and seeing what teams actually conformed and what teams won?
Optic.
I'm biased, but my boys in the Green Wall and OGLA.
I mean, in general, like general honesty, not like who's gonna win it all. I just like, what do you think team? What teams? What do you think your top four teams? What do you think your middle pack teams? What do you think your bottom tier teams? Out of all the teams there is, I can pull the
I
list up.
think
I can pull the
I
list up
think
if you
the
want.
100 Thieves are so overrated, in my personal opinion, and I think that showed in the weekend. They got clobbered, man, by
I mean,
OGLA.
So here we go for our the list of. I'll give you the list that we have. So we have Atlanta FaZe, Chicago, which is Optic, Empire, Uniers, Ravens, Gorillas, Thieves, Rucker, Subliners, Legion, Surge, and Ultra. Who do you think are your top four, your bottom, middle, and your bottom out of the 12 teams? So 4, 4, and 4. We can start with Gucci.
Hold on, I don't. I need the list real quick.
yeah, I'm
You
about
go
to pull up
first.
the list.
Also, I will
Yeah.
say this. Understand. I'll say it for me personally, right? The subliners. I'll move this over here because it's
I can already say that I have low expectations for the London Ravens.
so for me. I think my top four are Optic, FaZe, Dallas, and Florida for what they showed this weekend. And then I would say the middle of the pack would be Thieves, Gorillas, Roker, and Ultra. I'll say the back of the bottom four would be London, Paris, Seattle, and New York. And the reason I say New York, and a lot of people are like, why do you say New York is the bottom of the pack, is that 2 days on the 20th or 19th, Zuma came out and retired, and that was like one of their top guns because he can't play anymore because his thumb physically, like his hand physically can't do it anymore. If you don't know a backstory about Zuma, like a few years ago, he had a thumb injury, and got a surgery on his hand, and had to rehab from it. Well, that came back, and it came back twice as bad, so he can't even play anymore. So if they still had Zuma, I'd put like New York up there in the middle of the pack, but now they have to fall to the bottom of the pack. I think Seattle hasn't grown at all. I don't think they really brought pieces on to help them. Yes, they have the pieces to do it, but after seeing what happened with them in the Gorillas, they're just that. I just think it's going on. The Legion, yeah, they beat London, but can they really compete with other teams? I don't think so. And who else I put down there? I put London. They blew their shot. They got rid of Wuskins and Scraps and all. They just shit the bed. The top four, I think Empire. I think Empire and Optic are gonna be top two all year long. I think Florida might be able to skate in there and be a top two team like part of the season, but I don't think they'll be a top two team whole team season. And then the fucking I don't. Who's the fourth one I said?
Phase probably. I don't think you
FaZe,
said
yeah,
phase. Yet.
FaZe.
Yeah.
FaZe is gonna be. I think FaZe can do what they did at the beginning of last year, which is start really well and crash really hard, which is what they did, and then come
Phase
back
is
in.
phase. Yeah. All right. I'll start at the bottom and work my way up.
Okay.
Gorillas, Royal Ravens, Surge, and Paris Legion are rounding out my bottom four. I don't know. Paris and Surge are like the top two for
Bottom
me.
four. Yeah.
Yeah. Because I just don't think that they're gonna be able to do it. I don't know. I mean, Surge and Legion. I feel like Legion. We don't really know. They like just made that roster. They're like on a week of practice. I think they could be good. Beat the Ravens, but the Ravens aren't going to be that good this year. I don't think.
No, I don't
No.
think so either.
Middle of the pack, I'd go probably subliners because they're like they're like mid tier to bottom tier. They're
Especially
another
after
new
losing
roster.
Zuma.
Yeah, losing Zuma's going to hurt them a lot. And then I'd probably go Ultra. Actually, no, I take that back. Wait, yeah, Ultra's got to go there. I feel like they're gonna. I think they're good enough to win like one like home series.
Make it to the playoffs.
Yeah, but like not do anything from there. But LA Thieves, I thought they were gonna be good. They disappointed me this weekend. Holy crap, they got crapped on, and I mean crapped on.
They did. They did. They did.
They really did though.
Martin, we're talking
I
about
think,
Call of Duty, not NFL, dog.
yeah, they sucked. All right, and then I think the Minnesota Rocker could actually be pretty good. I think they got a lot of good pieces, to be honest.
Hey, off topic, dude. I swear to God, Martin's like confident is heavy as fuck right now. Like no cap.
Lamar
What'd he
Jackson.
say?
He said he could beat up Lamar Jackson.
Probably, honestly. Martin's a god.
And then your top
And
four, I
then,
took it would be
yeah,
what?
but I got an order. I got Florida at the bottom of the four, and then I got FaZe third, and then I got Empire second. And I think Optic's the best team in the league. And I'm biased, but I think they're the best team in the league.
You have FaZe better than Florida. I don't know about that one.
FaZe is gonna get it, dude. FaZe is better than Florida. I'm telling
They
you.
lost to Florida 3-0.
3-2
3-2.
in
It
a
could have
round.
been.
It was
Could've been.
3-2 in a round 11. Dude, I know. Don't count FaZe out. FaZe is always gonna be good.
Yeah,
that's
yeah. I remember. Okay, someone just said this in the chat. Remember last year when Optic smoked Dallas first event, but then Dallas did better in overall in the season? Maybe that will happen with LA Thieves. He's true, but the LA Thieves have a lot to work on.
like they got embarrassed. Like Empire like did it like put up a fight. Thieves got embarrassed this
The
weekend.
thing is though, is they have really good fucking players. So like fucking, they just need to like actually work on it. Like them and Optic have the most stacked roster, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that
Like
with a man like Samo
LA, they have a really stacked roster. Like fucking TJ and Kenny and Slasher. Like
and Draza. Draza was good
Draza's
last
not
year.
playing. Is
yeah,
Draza
Jaws was
playing?
good.
Draza's
Yeah,
on
No.
100 Thieves, yeah,
he's on Thieves. Yeah, it's TJ, Slasher, Kenny,
and Draza,
Draza, and Tim.
and then
Yeah,
JK.
Temp Temp's been playing. I think Temp's gonna get benched for draws eventually.
Tim didn't play this weekend. It was Draws that played this weekend.
No,
Was
Temp
it?
played.
I literally saw a tweet on Draws saying he hates to lose.
No, dude, I'm telling you, I watched it. Temp played.
Well, I guess Tim's not even good. And J-Cap's the coach, so, like, J-Cap's
Yeah,
washed. I don't know why he's coaching. Get out of here.
that's why he's coaching, man. He's
Get
washed.
out of here.
You even know what we're talking about, Hookah?
Nope.
Exactly.
I will
COD
say
League,
though.
baby.
I will say though, like so, Surge last year was like dog shit, but I don't really have like high hopes for them. I feel like it's
Let's hear your roster. Let's hear yours.
well, hold on. So they have Pristini on Surge this year, and Pristini is a really good player, but Pristini goes one of two ways. He gets super confident and does really well, or they take a loss, and then Pristini gets like really in his head and like rants it out on Twitter, and like you can see it in the next match. Like he gets in
Can I
his
have the
head
vape
too
juice?
much.
Yeah, to add on to that case, I mean, Pristini either getting one or two things. He's top fragging
Or
or
he's
he's bottom board.
He's
Exactly.
going 1-11.
There's like no
Yeah.
middle. Like he's either like frying
I think I'll put this.
good at all.
Rashini is Baker Mayfield. He lets people criticize him, comes back, does good, he does bad again. Does good consistent for a few games, does bad again.
Yeah, like he's like I don't want to say he's like wishy-washy because he's a good player, but like he's not like like Scump, for example, is like pretty consistent with like good games.
Scum's been consistent for years.
That's what I'm saying. But like Pristini is like maybe Scump wasn't a good example. Like Arcides, I feel like Arcides has way more like a good streak, and then he'll have like one bad game. But like Pristini, it's like one good game, one bad game, one bad game, one good game. Like like you never know which one it's gonna be.
I do want to rebound off something that Gucci said earlier. The reason I say FaZe wouldn't be better than Florida and there won't be three is because FaZe try to rebuild that United roster without the exception of Clayster. I do think they have potential, but there are a lot of young players on that team, and I do believe the reason the EU team did so good that year was they had a veteran in Clayster that kept their heads cool in situations that would have helped them win the champs and win what they needed to win. And I see that going through, and a lot of people like hate on Clayster, but he does have a really good leadership trait. I don't think there's an overall leader on that FaZe team. Like on Chicago, it's Scump. On Empire, it's Crimsix. Like even on Thieves, it's fucking Slasher. On Florida, it's either Awakening or Slack. Like everybody has a leader. They don't have a solid leader because you can't say Simp's a solid leader because he's top fragger. Because just because you go out and slay doesn't mean you're the top fragger and you know what to do like correctly. So like I
I'd
say
say
that,
Arceus.
but even then, RC's is quiet. He's like his brother. He gets quiet. He's not always talking. So like I said,
Arceus.
I think they're a young roster that has potential to be a three team. But if they hit that rut where they get stuck and they can't like win consistently or can't win as big as they can, it could be a letdown to them, and they could start their spiral.
I mean, that's what happened last year. Like they spiraled. Like they started off really good, and then they had like a really rough patch in the middle, and then towards the end, kind of brought.
Yeah.
I don't know. I personally think RCD's is
I think we did lose
go.
one of the best players in the league, which is Pharaoh. The unfortunate circumstances, he was one of the better players in the league. But I don't see a phase that's that young that they're gonna win. They're gonna win homestands. I guarantee it. They're gonna win a few. I don't see them going to championships again versus Optic and winning or Dallas and winning.
I mean, I'm biased too, but I think Optics could be a top team.
Everybody was biased last year and Empire came out, so like
Okay, but I'm still that's still my team.
yeah. All right. What's the next subject I want to talk on?
Well, let Hookah pick a subject.
We'll go. You pick a subject.
I don't care anything to be honest.
Well, give us one. That's the
Yeah.
point.
I mean,
We're just here talking now. A crying
Huh.
llama. Um. All right, we can talk about a little something because we're all part of this organization, Total Mayhem. Where do y'all want to see it go from here? Like me and the owner Braxton have our own theories, like where we hope to see it in 5 years. Where do you all want to see it in 5 years, like as a standpoint? Like it's
like
just
if like
like
in life of general or
like as a or like my organization that I own with Braxton. Where do y'all like as people like part of the organization? Where do y'all want to see it in 5 years? Like, where do y'all hope it's at?
Gucci, I'm gonna let you go first.
Yeah, throw a hard question on me, man.
I know, right? Like I'm thinking about it right now.
I
I'll
mean,
go first.
obviously, I want to see it succeed. I mean, I would never join something that I didn't feel like that could succeed. 'Cause
Exactly.
at that point, I'd be wasting my time. I have faith in you and Braxton to make the right decisions and build
Yeah,
the
like
brand.
that's yeah, exactly. Like to build your brand and expand it to make for everybody to succeed. Because like what Gucci said, like if everybody's just doing all this and nothing does to succeed, and we're literally just wasting our damn time.
Yeah,
And that's time that we're not gonna get back.
that's true.
So it's like, yeah, I mean, it's just you just gotta push it. That's all.
I mean, yeah. So like, when I say like, make the question a little bit easier. When I say 5 years, like, what do you hope? Not like personally, but what do you hope like you have accomplished in it, or the org's accomplished? Like, what are a few things like you hope they have accomplished,
Ooh.
or like they've done? So like for instance, like for me and Braxton, like we said, and I can tell you what we said. Like in 5 years' time, we've already talked about it like a few times. Is when I go back home on the East Coast, which Gucci, you live on the East Coast, it's close to you, Hookah, we'll have to fly you out. Is that we're trying to find a state, which like we said, Texas or Tennessee, or a state that's small that we could get a compound like the Thieves have. Where we want to build a compound, and we want to be able to bring our streamers like you, K's, and them in, and our like have banners on over our names, and have things where guys can like, hey, I want to go hang out at the hangout. Like, can you fly us out? Like that's where us as owners want to be in 5 years. But as the players, like when we're talking, like when we ask you, we're like, what do you want to see us like maybe indulge in more, or like get like go like what esports team do you like, or esports scene do you like want to see us actually try to go into? Stuff like that. That's like what the question I'm asking. It's the question like it's open discussion for like y'all to give your feedback. Like, hey, I think you should do this and this. Like try to invest in this or not invest in that, and things like that.
Well, I mean, as what you're saying, it sounds all cool. I mean, like, but what I would want you guys to all do, like, especially like get all the streamers out and everything, but like, I would want to see in 5 years to like get the brand out there. Like, that's what I want to see. Like, just to get it out there, not just from like a local, your hometown, my hometown, Gucci's hometown, all you guys home. No, I want it out there. Like, I wanted to expand to see so I like and like what you saying, the whole banners and everything, all that stuff is cool. You're getting the brand out there for what you work from the bottom all the way to the top. That's what I want to see. And I know for a fact the way that you're doing it, like the way that I see you stream 24/7 and everything, I know it's going to happen. I know it. Like I can see it in your damn eyes. Like, bro, you're like
Okay.
consistent. Like, bro, I'm about to fucking do this. like
Well, yeah. I
I
mean,
can.
we have like so I like we have a lot of things that we have lined up and we have planned. Like Gucci knows about it, and I can speak about it now. It's like we have sponsorships with people that are supposed to be sending us gear and equipment, and now it's halfway through the month and still haven't got it. But hopefully in February, at the beginning of February, like he said, it late like January to February, that I can get it. And that's stuff that we're trying to send out to you. Also, I can give y'all an update on something. I paid like I think it was my check last week. I got the hoodies and the sweatpants like Gucci like he sent in the men's like he liked. We got all those in our store. Just got the designs ready, and we're pushing those out. So like for you guys that are streamers and thinking like, oh well, we've only part of the stream, we haven't got anything. It's not like we haven't y'all got anything. We have to wait for that merch to drop. When it does drop, like I'll message you each of you all individually. Hook, I know your address. Like Gucci and other people, I'll message them separately, and you don't have to worry about buying it because that's not the point of it. It's like for us to give to y'all because y'all gave to us. And then like I'm saying like the banner shit and hometown, we want to be pushed out there by 5 years.
Exactly.
We want to be out there in 5 years. When I'm talking about banners and stuff like that, like I want it to be like Gucci in 5 years would be if he's still part of it or like still boys with us and still wants to be part of it. Hey, he hits us up. I'm like, hey, I want to come out here for a week and hang out at the compound and do things. And where me and Braxton we're gonna live at a certain time, it's gonna be like a 2 hour drive for us. Like, all right, we'll meet you up there in 2 hours when you land. We'll hang out with you for a little bit. We'll have like a place where we can stay up there, and that way everybody can coalesce at one specific spot and they can be like, okay, this is the headquarters of like we're gonna be at. Like, you want to come and see the COD banners that we hope to have in a few years. Like the banners, like we just want to know what y'all want us to put back into it and see, like for instance you said streaming side, like do you want us to like K's works a lot on the streaming side, like do you want us to see us go more into streaming, do you just want to see us like try to invest more into COD, should we not invest much in COD, invest in other esports? That's like what I was trying, like what I'm asking about, because we need it from
Uh,
an outside source of us being like owners, like hey, yeah, I want to invest in this. Do you want to invest in this? Like, yeah, but
I was gonna say something about that.
no one else no one else really cares about it. Like, you see what I'm saying?
I was gonna say like I think it would be really cool like in like if 5 years like to have like an established COD team that's like dedicated and like that's been with the org and actually is like putting out wins. Like they have like like they're bringing wins to like the org and it like that also like helps with what Hookah was saying. Because if you have someone that's like loyal with you and has been with you for a while and like they keep getting more and more wins, like more and more people are gonna like hear about it like
Exactly.
like an example for Rogue fucking like Frag out, like everybody knows who he is because like he has like many wins. Like you know what I mean? Like someone or like a team who like not only like wants to better themselves but like wants to like help get the org name out there too. Like I think that would be cool. Or like, not only that, but like in 5 years time maybe having like another esports team that's doing like that same equivalent, like whatever's big in the time. Like if Rogue blows up, like having a Rogue team or like a Rainbow team or you know what I mean, like building like the teams. Because I know
Like
that
what
shit
I would like to
that
see in
shit's
like
hard.
5 years, because it'll be cool, especially like if like say that everybody made it on top, the brands out there and everything. What I would want to do in 5 years is to come back like something like this. Like, cause we're not gonna always do podcasts every single damn time.
No.
Like exactly. So like at one point, there's gonna be a point in time where we're gonna stop doing it for shit. Who knows how long? And then like I just want to like in like 5 years or whatever goes by, like we can all like even if you guys are like far or something, like we're gonna all just get together and do like one whole podcast, like just to see like just to talk about what the hell we all been doing.
Yeah. So
Exactly, because
the point of like when we get the compound, like they said, the 5 years thing is like that the whole goal. Like I would love to do that, but I would love to do it instead of us sitting at like computer screens facing each other. Like we sit down at a table, a podcast, and we're all like sitting there talking about what we want to do. So we've all heard from you two. Like and I heard your points, and I agree. Like I hearing them. Gucci, where do you want to like? What do you want to happen? Like what do you want to be like? Think we should invest into and shit like that.
You want to know what I want to see in 5 years?
It can be
I
5 years
want
now. I'm just like I want a prediction. Like
I
what do you
want to
want?
walk outside of my house and go out somewhere, and I want to see someone wearing a Total Mayhem shirt. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, honestly
Okay, well we
though.
ain't owning a football team, dog.
That's what I'm just. No, I'm being serious. Like you
No,
see
because
these.
you see people wearing like
I know.
phase or
I know it's. I know we're not phased. I know we're
well, I
not
mean
even
I know,
no,
but
remotely
no.
it's an
phased.
example. Like it's like
But like,
people.
but I wanna have that sense. Like I was a part of that. I helped that grow.
Exactly, yeah.
I want to see that like my work paid off, and I hope that we like affect people's lives. I hope we make people be better. I don't know if we should. I don't know if COD's the move.
Like I said, there's a lot of like so I can tell you now. There's a lot of like behind the scenes that me and Braxton talk about, and like COD wasn't one of our first indulgements. Like we indulged in that COD team we had, which everybody in here knows was a complete failure. And like we moved on from it, and it's not like we're trying to pick up another COD team, 'cause we're not. Well, like there's scenes we're trying to pick up into is like Valorant, and like the team I was talking to you earlier about Valorant, they're like they wanted funding, and I was like, okay, how much? They're talking salary. They said $20. Like, all right, $20 is easy. And then they came around the corner and they're like, yeah, we want mixed graphics, and then like, they wanted us to like upgrade their PCs for them. And I was like, you asked for $20 salary, but now you're asking for like 2 grand worth of equipment. Like I told you, like we're not at that point in our life, like our point in our situation to do it. So it's like it's hard to go to a scene where everything's about money from a scene where it's like these guys, like the young COD players, are like they're hungry and they just want to prove themselves. And it's like I get the aspect because they come from a competitive scene. Like I want to be young, I want to be the hungry one. It's like yeah, I can do that, but I can't sit here and be like I can fund everything because I can't. No org can do that unless you're optic or face, like we said. But I do want to have like a legit organizations of banners where even if it was like say like one of our streamers hit a goal and like they got a partnership and they got way up there and they're like say Nick Merckx and I could like make a banner. I'm like this is one of our top streamers. Like if you want to be added to this banner, like underneath his name, like with the streamer, like top streamers from Total Mayhem, let's put it here, like bang bang, like everybody sit down where people can walk in and be like, wow, I'm on that banner. I've helped do that. I've made it here. I've helped this organization grow.
Like, like, what would you do? Like, and sorry to cut you off. Like, say that in like 5 years, right? And say you and Kay is just having a normal damn weekend. You guys are going to the store, or whatever, and you see a shit ton of people wearing you guys like gear and stuff like that. Like, what would you think? Like, what would both of you guys think?
I would think if so, me personally, right? If I were to see that, like, it wouldn't be like, oh my god, they're wearing our gear. I'm excited for it. It'd be like me and Case and Superior put so much time into this, and we said from since day one, like, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this legitly. We're not gonna fuck around like the other orgs have fucked other people in the past. And be like, to see people, I'd be happy to see people recognize the hard work that's happened from the players to behind the scenes, and understand that people would be like, hey, these guys put a whole bunch of work in. It's 5 years down the road. Our merch is out there. Yes, they're wearing it. Yes. And then my mindset would be like, what more can we do to bigger the brand? And it wouldn't be like, oh, I'd agreed. It's like, we've done this and these people are recognizing it. Now how can we get people to recognize the other stuff we're doing? The other shit that we want to push out. Like, how can people recognize like these people that play for us and have helped build for it? And like that's when the standpoint would come in like, wow, they like did our merch and they wore our merch. Well, let's give more to the community that we've already given. Let's try harder. Let's work harder for it. And that's like where it comes like the reason I went into like this business agreement with Braxton and brought Kayla in and brought certain aspects in because I don't go out there willy nilly grab someone who's just like, yeah, I want to be part of the stream and 2 days later dip. Like I want people to be like, yeah, I'm gonna be here for this many amount of time and like I want to be here and like 2 years down the road someone's like I want to go. I'm like, okay, go express, go like go see what you want to do out there. And they go out there, and if they want to come back, they can be like, hey, man, it didn't work out. Like, can I come back? And it's like, yes, bro, you were here for 2 years. You put the grind, time, effort in. Your spot didn't get taken because you left. Like, it's your spot. Like, it's always gonna be family first. Like, family is family. Like, when you come into Total Mayhem, it's like you're no longer just Hookah and Gucci. You're like, y'all are family, y'all are friends. Y'all can build a bond. Y'all can have that friendship to sit there and be like, oh, I'm going through a rough patch in my life. Like, can I talk to you about it? And that's like how I want to see it. I don't want to build an organization where you see numerous organizations like UYU and Red Reserve that were these big organizations that had a scandal in it because someone couldn't control their professionalism from actually like their familyism and they just let it be like, oh, I'm the owner, but you're a streamer and you're 16 and I'm gonna do some scandal shit. No, like I don't want it to be like that. I want it to be like where everybody can come in here and be like it's a safe environment. They know what they're gonna expect from it. They know our standards because me and Braxton already have standards. Like our standard here is to achieve, succeed, and thrive. So basically, you have to achieve the goals you set for yourself. So we ask you like, what are your goals? And you say, hey, I want to be affiliate by the end of the year, right? We plan to help you as much as we can, but we also plan to see the dedication from you by the end of the year to get that affiliate because some people it takes longer. Or like, hey, I want to be like have 3 chips underneath my name in tournament wins, whether it be CDL or Valorant, what it be. Like by the end of the year, if you produced 2, like you didn't let us down, you let yourself down at the end of the day. We're not gonna be upset. You won 2 chips for us, great. Like we love that. We're not like, hey, you didn't win 3. But at the end of the day, it's like you have to also hold yourself accountable for it. Because if I go to an organization and say like, I'm gonna win you chips consistently, and I don't win you chips consistently, like you didn't really help us, but you didn't hurt us. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Yeah.
And that's what a lot of players like get discouraged about because they're like, well, you're telling me I have to win chips to be a part of your org. Like, no, I'm saying tell me what you want, tell me what your goals and aspirations are, and let us help you make those, and then we'll go on from there. Like, I'm not gonna bring one person here who's just like, I want money. Because if you just want money, then I'm not gonna go fund you money. But if you're like, you come in here and you have a resume like this long, you're like, I've won this, 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 and this is what I want, this is what I need, and this is how I'm gonna get it. And it's like, bang, okay, I know what you want, I know how to get it to you. Let me make it happen. For instance, Gucci's been talking about a fucking jersey and hoodie. I can get him a jersey and a hoodie.
I haven't talked about that in a while. What are you talking about?
3 weeks ago, he said, "Where's my glitch supplies at?" No cap.
Still waiting on it.
Yeah, I'm still waiting
I'm
on
still
it.
waiting too, Bo. Um, and then I guess we can go into the next part. What
Martin.
what if anything possibly do you guys like would want to do in the future? Like I don't mean like as an org as friends. Like what possibly in the future would you think be like a cool idea to do? Not talking about like a podcast or sitting down. I'm talking like go to a certain place or do a certain thing or like shit like that, like a charity event or like things where we all together once COVID gets done, everybody's of age, like because Gucci's 17, will be 18 soon. You can be like, hey, I want to go here with this in 5 years time, but like yeah, you come, you bring your kids, I bring my like that, and everybody's like, let's just go have fun. Let's like take a break and enjoy it. Like, what would be an idea like you guys would want to do?
Wait, do kids have to be involved?
No, I said if you wanted. I was like, if you wanted to bring your kids.
Oh, okay.
Like, I don't know.
Um,
I don't know. Like, say like there's a COD event going on. Like, everybody's like, we want to go to this COD event, and we're like, okay, well we're gonna bring everybody in the org to the COD event, like in Vegas, and everybody just goes to Vegas and have a great time. Like, see what I'm saying? Like something like that. Like, what do
Like
you guys
org
want to do?
related?
I said I said or related, but it's like a fun like it's a fun time for people. Like where people don't have to worry about working, they can take a day off. They're still getting because in 5 years time plan is put it this way. 5 years time plan is to be have enough money in the org right to be like Gucci doesn't have to go work a job because he's streaming and we're funding we're paying Gucci stream. And Hookah has his company up and running with his wife, and he has this as his side, and he's getting paid for it. Like for them, to be like I can still go here and I don't have to sit at home and stream, and I can pay and get paid to enjoy my time with my friends. Like that's what I'm saying. Is what thing would like do y'all have in mind, if anything, right? Like right now, just like not has to be realistic, doesn't have to be realistic, be unrealistic as fuck. Just like I would want to do that with a group, and like it'd be fun.
Me personally, to make it so much easier, especially on all of us. Like, say if we all got together, like, dude, we could just get a big ass Airbnb, bro. Straight up.
Yeah.
See, I like that. See, that's a real answer.
Like, we would not have to worry about anything. It would just be family, just all of us. You know, talking. We could literally eat. We could have like we could literally all chill out on the patio, whatever the hell we get, and then we could just all come up with different ideas. Like we can all just sit down and not do like this whole camera thing. We could be face to face and be like, oh yeah, do we like this? Like, you know, what about this and that? You know, and
Yeah.
nothing work related. Just ideas. You know, there's nothing wrong with
Literally seems
ideas.
fake. What about you,
Like, I
Gucci?
mean,
Yeah, the Airbnb idea that would be like a great idea because it's like
exactly,
simply fun and I can fund it like bang bang. Hey, y'all come here, we all hang out, let's have fun. What about you,
exactly.
Gucci? Don't you fucking say Disney World. Don't you fucking say Disney World.
That's what I was gonna say.
Dude,
Go to the
Disney
moon to
World's
see if it's fake.
lit.
I was gonna say Disney. What's wrong with Disney?
I haven't been to Disney in so long. Oh my god.
I love Disney.
I
Oh, yeah,
don't know.
honestly.
The Airbnb idea is pretty good. I was
That's
gonna
really
say
good,
something along the
honestly.
lines of that. Yeah.
Like, these are questions like we don't ask often because we don't really have an answer. Like we can't give you an answer now, but like it's nice to hear from people in like our own community. Be like, yeah, like do this and do that. Like, that's why I sat here and asked. Because it's like it helps us understand like how y'all are feeling, like how y'all are feeling in the standpoint of like the org as it's going. And it's a different side way of us just like playing games and be like, oh, let's do this in the game, let's do that in the game, like versus like, all right, everybody step back and let's talk about it. Because this is something I try to instill. Like I'm trying still to instill with Braxton, but he streams a lot. Is like once a week, I want to sit down with like him and me and Kays and then members of our like org and be like, okay, what do y'all want to do next week? Like, what should we do next week to get, promote more and shit like that? Because
We should send Gucci in a bikini top into the streets with a sign that says, "Come watch our streamers," and then
You
Gucci
have
can
no
like.
idea how much traffic we would get.
Gucci, Gucci
Bro,
can
that'd
do
be
like a little
bad.
dance, like a
it would
bikini
not be
top
good
and then
traffic.
no, it's a
That'd be
bikini top
good
and some
Any
traffic.
bikini
publicity is good
shorts.
publicity.
All right. Well,
That
besides
would be
me
bad.
exposing my body, is there anything else that we could do?
I mean, like I said, it's just ideas I wanted to get from you guys because it's personal to me and like everybody knows it's personal to me. Um, I do want to make an announcement here with everybody here that I thought about it and I've thought about it a lot and I said it seriously, but Gucci took it as a joke. That if, like Kay said earlier, if the road company does come back on, that I would like to team with Zoots and Gucci and find a fourth. But with that said, it does not mean I'm gonna fully divulge any time away from Total Mayhem or anything from it because I will still be working on it like I do daily. I work on it before I stream. I work on it after I stream. I always working on it. I just want people like in the chat because we have 6 viewers knowing that like hey, if you see it and you see us playing, don't think like oh because he's the owner he has a spot on the team. Like no, like I don't. I'm never gonna be like that type of person. Like if I feel like I'm comprehending our team to lose, then like I'll step back and let someone else step in. But yeah, Gucci thought I was joking around the other day. I was like, oh, Gomez is gonna come back, but like I really do want to come back and play again.
Same with me, man. Same with me. It's
Yeah.
not like you haven't been there before.
In
We've
there with the
been there
top
before.
ones.
Yeah.
Um,
Got a lot of work to do though.
we have a lot of work to do. I'm not gonna lie to you. We have a lot of things. We have a lot of things in motion. Like by the end of 2021, I guarantee you, like here now, there will be a fucking title or a chip underneath Total Mayhem, no matter what the fuck it's from. We almost had one on Sunday, and somebody had to blow it. I'm not gonna say names, Zoots. And his Apollo.
Well, listen. If you guys, both of you, go back in, and it's you, Gucci, and Zoots. If you guys find like a solid, like I'm talking like a solid fourth that's like just as dedicated as you three, like you guys will fucking go to the moon and beyond because Llama
Oh
wants
god, the
it
moon's
so
fake
bad,
according to Martin.
Gucci wants
Exactly.
it bad, and Zoots is the most motivated motherfucker I've ever seen in
Sup,
my
cabbage?
life. Like
What is
you,
good?
you guys just have to like
The
find
moon.
someone that's as like motivated,
Yeah, I mean,
and you guys will be fine. Like I have no like, and obviously all of you are my friends, but like like I'm not even saying it like bias. Like if you three like find a solid fourth and you actually like put as much dedication into it as like it needs, like you guys will be fine.
we're just trying to put a lot of things in motion. Like I said, like the next biggest purchase for the organization is the Valorant team. Like that's the thing I really want to go into because it's a scene that's really popping. Yeah, and it's a scene that's really good to actually
It's
get
fresh
into.
and it's new.
Yeah, it's fresh and it's new.
Yeah.
I want to get into that, and then I also want to start looking into R6 teams because our Rainbow like somehow popped off again, and then slowly work into the
That
CS:GO
shit's
scene.
fun. That's why.
Hey, Cabbage, welcome to the podcast.
Hello. I
What's
got a
up,
question.
cabbage?
Where's Gucci and K's camera?
Gucci doesn't have a
Ooh,
camera in case
I
it
mean,
turns.
Don't worry, that
I
Twitch
can
takes
turn
paying
mine
for that
on.
camera.
K's duh. And what's up, Hookah? I see you living up to the name.
got to all the time, bro.
Hurt now. I guess we'll find.
I got to keep the brand, bro. Got to keep the brand going.
Yeah, sorry about that. I had to cook dinner and then do the dishes after eating, so I'm
You're
here
fine.
now.
Fine, you're fine. So we can move on to the next topic. We talked about the org a lot, Cabbage. You might, if you were in the stream or watching it, you heard about it. But I can ask you the same question I asked them, and we'll get your answer. In a 5-year span, like 5 years from now, me and Braxton talked about this. Where do you want to see Total Mayhem standing?
Hopefully Total Mayhem will let me in.
Are you? Wait,
You're
you're
in.
in.
You're in. What are you talking
You're
about?
in the Total Mayhem Discord.
He's looking like bullshit.
You're a streamer for Total Mayhem.
Yeah.
Case is the one who told me this.
I'm looking for the Discord. Oh wow! Oh yeah, it's the wave. Yeah. I thought I was.
I don't think you
just-
should ask Cabbage any questions regarding that.
Never mind, Cabbage.
Actually, I didn't know where I stood in that because with my work schedule and being tossed around a lot.
No, but you're still like
You're a
stream
streamer
so
though.
You're a streamer. Yeah.
Well, 5 year span. I would like to see more sponsors. Like right now, I'm trying to get a sponsor from Red Bull. Have more people. Like I want the community to grow more, not just as in like streamers like us, but like people that like will view, follow, and like run scrims with us.
To like
Just-
expand more, right?
Yeah, broaden ourselves.
All right.
Told
okay.
you.
Because
Hey,
There's
told me.
no-
Why are you telling me like you my dad or something? Hold on.
no good org out there came through in a single day. It takes times and connections.
I'm just trying to get a general gist. Alright, okay, so with that being said, we can sideway into something, and we'll make this our final topic, because we're going on 2 hours of the podcast. So anybody have a topic? Gucci? I know you have a topic. You always have something to say. You got
I
one?
really don't.
Who said they got one? I heard someone say they got one. Martin, give me a topic.
You don't want that.
You don't want that.
We don't
he
want
might
that.
bring
First
it.
date,
He might bring up Mia Khalifa again. You don't want that.
No.
the men-
Alright.
Look, yeah, I told you.
I got Martin, you're about to get timed out, dog. Alright,
Well, I mean, since you got topics from all of us, what about cabbage, bro? You knew it. I
Yeah,
mean,
ask Cabbage. What's Cabbage? What's a topic you want to talk about?
Weirdest first date.
oh God.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I have to think about that one.
Gucci probably got
Oh.
one already. He just say he could say it.
Like
Hey,
weirdest
chill on
and,
me,
like,
bro. Chill on me.
Yeah, I know he does.
Oh God.
Someone's gonna have to say theirs first so I can think.
All right, I got you. So I'll go with one of my two weirdest. Weirdest one one of my weirdest. My first time, whenever I go on a first date, I go Dutch. You pay for you, I pay for me.
Okay.
Because I don't know where this is gonna go. I'm not gonna waste my money.
Oh my
All
god.
right, all right. Hey, the chat, y'all hear this, right? No, I'm just playing.
Hey, you ever see Cabbage on a date? You better bring your paycheck.
How does he keeping it real?
He paying for
So
his Lambo, you paying for yours.
exactly. So I take her to Applebee's. 2 for $20.
Hey,
All right.
And
even though the Applebee's nasty as hell, but all right.
yeah, hey man, you can't take them out somewhere like if you're getting to know them. I mean, you shouldn't go
Applebee's
big the
Caesar
very first
salad's
time.
fucking good, bud.
Yep, go to McDonald's first
Hell
date.
yeah. Value menu, baby.
Yeah.
So we finally get seated and we're sitting there talking. And the waitress comes by, drops off our drinks. I got a water. She got a I don't know what the hell she got.
A twisted tea.
Something.
Them bitches are good. Long Island iced teas are good.
And at this point, I went to go take a sip of my water, and as I'm about to take a sip, I hear her stomach gurgle like fierce, like
Oh, like she had to take a shit, huh?
something like that, something bad. And
Oh,
and I looked at her while I'm drinking my water, and she's looking away like that wasn't me.
she was embarrassed. Oh
I
my
didn't
god.
say I didn't say nothing. I let it go. We order our appetizers. She gets some mozzarella sticks. I get that artichoke dip because that shit is fire.
That shit is fire.
And the whole time eating, she's eating too. I can hear her stomach the whole time. I'm like, okay, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm not gonna say anything. Our
Oh.
our entrees come and her stomach's died down. I can't hear it. I was like, okay, maybe she was really hungry. Like that's cool. So we're sitting there after the dinner's done and everything, waiting for the bills for the check. And I hear her stomach just it was loud enough to where people down a couple tables were looking up. And so I
Oh
I leaned over and I was super quiet. I was like, "Hey, if you're embarrassed or anything, I don't care. If you need to go to the bathroom, I'll pretend like I never knew or I never saw. I'll go to the bathroom and pretend like don't hold it in." She's like, "No, I'm fine. I'm fine." I'm like, "Okay."
oh god.
We pay. I stand up. I
She
pull
stayed
her
up
chair
farted.
back. She stood up and passed out. And just I didn't
What?
even in my mind my first reaction wasn't to catch her. I just stood there, and she fell face first into the floor, just straight up ate it.
Oh my god.
And
What are you?
Hey,
You
Martin's
let her
like
just go.
ruthless as fuck.
You just
yeah,
let her go. Bop.
straight to the face. And I didn't know what to do with that. And Applebee's immediately called for an ambulance.
Oh my
So
god.
ambulance comes. We go to the hospital, which was like thankfully right down the road. And so I'm there. I'm in the waiting lounge because I'm not family. I'm not anything like that. But I stayed because I was like, if they need a statement on what happened and stuff, like, hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
The doc comes out to me, was like, hey, she's awake now. If you want to go see her and things like that. And I was like, sure. Like, let me figure out what
I would
happened.
have been like, hell no, I'm out.
Oh my god.
And so I go check on her. I'm like, yo, what happened? Like, are you okay? Because at this point, I'm like, what the fuck happened? Like, I am so interested in why this happened. And she was like, well, I don't really want to tell you. I was like, okay, that's fine. You don't have to tell me. But since you're good, you contacted your family's on their way. I'm a dip. Like, and I'll hit you up tomorrow. See where we're at. And as I'm walking out, the doctor's waiting for me. And he goes, hey, she wanted me to tell you what happened. I'm like, oh,
Oh,
okay. She already had this prepared. Whatever. This chick, whenever she's around males, refuses to fart. Refuses. And she has two little brothers and an older sister. So when she's at home, if her brothers or dad are around, she will not fart. She will hold it in. And I guess that whole day, like one of the guys, one of her brothers were suspended from school, so he stayed home the entire day. And I was like, okay, whatever. Like that couldn't cause her to pass out. And the whole day she has been with them, and she has not farted, has not released. So when we get to dinner, that's her stomach telling her like it's trying to push it out. But now she's in a restaurant full of guys on a date with a guy.
Oh, this poor
Why did she
girl.
take a fart outside the house?
I ended up asking later on. Her little brother, the one that was suspended, knows that she'll go outside to fart and will terrorize her like, "Oh, are you about to fart?" and will follow her.
Oh my god.
I would kick him.
Terrible.
I'd kick him with his teeth.
So I was like, I asked the dog, I was like, "How does that cause her to pass out?" And he said, "Well, when she stood up after packing all that food from dinner, and her intestines, since she has all that air built up, there was too much pressure. Nothing can go fully down or fully out. So it just like all the pressure like was putting so much pressure it was stopping like blood flow down there."
Oh my god.
This
All right,
bitch is-
Cabbage, you win.
Cabbage, you definitely
Yeah,
win.
that was-
All right, who could go next?
Yeah, good luck following that up.
I don't think I can.
Just
I don't
follow.
think
Just tell your
anybody
story. Just tell your
I
story.
don't think I have a story. I mean, I don't know.
Never
I don't
been on
really
a
have
weird
one
date.
either.
I mean,
I got an
I wish
awkward date. I don't have a weird date.
I wish y'all were there for the last podcast. Like shit got weird. Like twin sister drugging the other one, going out with the boyfriend weird.
What? I must have very boring like romantic life. 'Cause
All right, so the
weirdest
weirdest one I got is with this woman,
me.
and it
Okay,
was
you gotta turn on the camera now.
it was our
First date.
it was our first date actually, and it was
What is that?
awkward.
Oh yeah, it was super awkward.
It was stupid awkward.
Yeah.
One, I didn't know if she was gonna show up. To be honest, so I contacted my boy Skylar back home. I was like, "Hey, let's go to Pier Park." He's like, "All right." Well, I was like, "I'm supposed to go on a date with Caleb. I don't know if she's gonna show up or not." He's like, "All right, so let's go." So we headed out. We dipped out,
That's a homeboy.
and so we were out there the whole day chilling. And this, as talkative as she is now, quiet person rolls up and it's just like, "Hi,
hey, how you doing?
hi, just hi."
Quiet 'cause Skylar was there. I was like, okay, so like,
So, mind you, this is the first time I've seen Kayla in about a year and a half, like in person from since high school. It's like, it's awkward. So the whole rest of the day, it was like me and Skylar were sitting there chilling, and I forget what we were doing. We were like walking around with Kayla, and like we were going like places and stores and shit. And I was fucking hungry, so I said, "Fuck it." I asked Skylar, I was like, "Hey Skylar, let's go get some food." So we went to Red Robin, and we're sitting there, and she's like, "I just ate. Don't worry about it." So I was like, "Okay, I guess you don't want to fucking eat." So. So I was like, alright, fuck it. You ain't gonna eat, I'll eat. So me and Skylar ordered food and we're eating. And then later at night, we were fucking like, we went to the beach, watched the sunset. And Skylar was just like, I looked at Skylar, I was like, yo, just leave. It's alright now. So Skylar left. And me and Kayla were just sitting and chilling. Didn't say a fucking word. Just sitting there. Quiet as hell. I'm like, let's go watch a movie. She's like, okay. That's like, the 3 words she said was, okay, yeah, okay.
so much.
The whole day, as literally what you said, I would call Skylar. She said, okay, yeah, and okay. So I was like, all right, bet. This is getting really awkward really quickly. So we go to watch the movie. As we're walking up, Skylar's still at Pier Park. Didn't know he was still there. I was at the movie theater. I was like, so what are you watching? And I was like, huh? I was like, I thought you left. And he was like, no, I didn't leave yet. So me and Kayla went to watch a movie. And Skylar ended up watching the same fucking movie as we did. So
Sit in the same row.
no, he didn't sit in the same row. I saw him come in, but me and Kayla were like up here, and Skylar was like 4 down. And I was like, and in my mind, I'm like, okay, you were here for me, but why are you staying? Is the question.
He's devoted his day already. He got
So-
Why are
shit.
you still here?
So like, I watched the movie, and then Kayla ends up going home, and I'm like, all right. So I went and hang out with Skylar and my boy Austin's family. I remember walking in the house afterwards, and I looked at Skylar's mom and his dad, and his mom and dad were like, so how'd it go? And I was like, you got a beer? And they're like, that bad, huh? And I was like, I don't really know how it went. So the next day, I messaged Kayla. I was like, hey, you want to hang out? And she's like, no, I have stuff going on today. I can't hang out. I was like, all right. Mind you, I left the next day. So, like, I only seen Kayla, like, for one day, technically. She texted me, like, 5 hours later. She's like, can I come over? I was like, didn't you say you, like, were going out of town or handling something? She's like, yeah, something. She said something happened. She comes over. Well, she couldn't find my house. So I drove down the street. She's on the phone, and she smacks me with spaghetti. Like, spaghetti noodles. And I was like, why the fuck do you have spaghetti noodles in your car? And she's like, I don't know, someone gave them to me. What? Mind you, I'm about to bring this girl to my house. and
Those
she
you got-
spaghetti noodles.
she just
And you got
smacked
a
me
whole
with
bunch of spaghetti noodles.
she
Like,
just smacked me with random spaghetti noodles. So we go to my house.
That's a
We're s-
keeper.
we're sitting there, and like my mom's in her room. My dad was in his room. And my dad just like looked at me and was like, okay. And she walks to my mom. And my mom says, oh hi. Says her name. Kayla goes, hi, I'm Kayla, and walked to my room. Gets weirder. Instead of sitting like a normal person on the bed, she sat like this on the
oh
edge.
god.
So I had to take a piss. So I
That's
walk
serial
in.
killer.
This is the awkwardest, most funniest like 2 days of my life. I was like, you can get comfortable, you know. She's like, oh, I didn't know if I could or not. I was like,
What?
you can hang out. Like it's okay. I'm not gonna hurt
I
you or
made
anything.
myself comfortable.
So, they're like for like I forget she was on the phone with like her friend DJ.
So we didn't sit at the pier and talk for like 2 hours. That just didn't happen on our date. Got it. He's a fucking liar.
That did not happen.
Oh, but did it? It did it? It didn't happen? Got
Wait,
it.
what happened?
Got it.
Okay, yeah, okay, does not count as talking.
No. He forgot the part where we sat on the pier on the beach and talked for like 3 fucking hours.
That's
before
not
I-
true. Because when we got to eat Applebee's, we walked around the stores and we went down to the beach at sunset and watched the movie at 7.
Our first kiss was in the fucking Nike store because you kissed me in the shoe aisle.
I did do that. I did do that. I did do that.
Face.
I was like, you know what? Fuck it. I want to kiss. I got to kiss. But okay, so we kept going. I'm back at my house, and I remember being on my phone. I was like, okay, she's not really talking about anything. I was like, okay, and she's on the phone with her friend Gwyneth, and her friend Gwyneth keeps trying to get her to ditch me. She's like, come over. I'm like, all right, you know what? Fuck it. She leaves. I was done with it. So I'm watching a Sidemen video, and the next thing I see is like she said something, and I was like, yo, fuck your friends. I was watching my video, and she just like hangs up and lays on top of me. It's like, so what are we watching? I was like, what? She's like, who are these guys? Like,
She
like,
switched up.
like head to head, like right here. It's like, who are these guys? And I was like, okay, it's kind of the person I've been talking to, like a person I can recognize. I was like, I started explaining it, and for like the next 5 hours, it went from being like this extreme awkwardness to like the person who I knew it was. But in the back of my mind, I was still like, why the fuck did you have spaghetti in your car? So she leaves. She's leaving, right? And her
You
car's
took
right
another
here.
one.
So her car's right here. And she pulls up. She was come back. She was come back inside and say she could stay the night. She never asked me to stay the night. She went home. She tells me like 2 weeks later, she's like, I was gonna ask to stay the night. I was like, well, you could have stayed the night because I left at like 3 that morning. It was like already 11. So fucking, she pulls up and she comes like I see her like pull back up. So I walk outside and I see some kiss, we hug, and she leaves. But like when she's leaving, I look in her car in the passenger fucking seat of her car, and guess what's fucking sitting there?
Oh
Spaghetti
god.
The
noodles.
fucking noodles. And I was like, you didn't throw those away? And in the back of my mind, to this day, I'm like, did you actually use those noodles when you got home?
Wait. Let me tell you the story of the spaghetti noodle.
Wait. The question is, do you still have that same car?
Yeah, that's the smart. That's her car. But you didn't answer my question. Did you use those noodles?
Fuck yeah, I did.
So she smacked me with the noodles she ended up using. And that was my awkwardest, most funniest date experience I've ever had, and now I married her.
Hey, you know what that's called? That's called the buffer time, man. You know, the buffer time is where they don't really know how to act, but once they're like, okay, fuck it, they get overly comfortable. She was in your face.
She was, I shit you not, to this day, that's how she acts when we're in bed. She'll lay on top of me. I'm like, dude, can I get some room? She's like, no. Cuddle.
Hey, at least you guys got you guys damn numbers at your ladies' numbers at first. I didn't.
I didn't get Kayla's number at first. You know how me and Kayla started talking? Legitly? She Snapchatted me and said, hey, she called me by my first name. She said, hey, I'm joining the Navy. Any tips? You know what I said to her? Don't join the fucking Navy. And she was like, why? And then then we started talking from there. And then like, I think I was talking to my boys and I was like, yeah, I'm talking to my best friend on the phone. And like 3 weeks later, I was like, yeah, I'm talking to my girl. Like she didn't have a choice. I was like, I'm talking to my girl. At that point, I was like, you're mine. Like bang, and that's how it went. All right, Gucci or Hookah or K's, let's hear it. All right, any of y'all gonna tell a story?
I'm just waiting for Kays to smack you on the webcam with spaghetti noodles right now. Just
No, let me. Okay, so literally, like, I had something going on that day, which is why I said I wasn't fucking hang out. And then, like, that plan got canceled, and I was
After an
sick,
awkward day of the first date.
and fucking, I was like, I was sitting outside of my house in my trunk, and like cause my grandma had literally just died like that day, cause I
Oh.
couldn't find,
I
I
didn't say
couldn't.
that part because I didn't want to put that part in, but she did.
I mean, it's fine. Like, and I like that's why I asked to come over because I didn't want to be at my house. And I had told one of my friends like that happened, and I was sitting outside like trying to like breathe for a second, and I was texting him and like figuring out when I was coming over. And one of my friends literally rolls up in their fucking car to my mailbox, and I'm like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And they're like, "Hey, girl." They throw something in my mailbox and they just dip and like speed off down the road, and I'm like, "Okay, what the fuck?" And then I go to my mailbox. What?
It's not her friend anymore.
Yeah, he's not.
2, he's a bitch. 3, I would fuck his world up if I ever caught him in real life. And
Anyway,
4, he lived in Arizona. And I drove 4.5 hours on a 96 to go meet him, and he wouldn't come outside.
anyways, fucking, he put a box of spaghetti noodles in my fucking mailbox with a note thing. Like, it was something, like, some, like, pasta pun or something. And, like, literally, I left to go to his house right after that. And that's what
Martin's stupid.
You could be Martin. You could, bro. This kid is like this. I was in the Marine Corps, like this before I got a little heavier. I was skinny, had abs and shit, and he had the audacity to message me some shit and send a photo of himself, and it was me and my boys, and I was like, we just started laughing. I was like, dog, you're like 125 pounds soaking wet, and you're like, I'm joining the Navy as a nuclear technician. I can fucking run your shit through. I'm in Arizona right now. And we are like, bet. Hopped in the car and drove 4 hours.
Hold on, no, pause. Wait, Kayla, you were friends with a nuke?
First of all, he got kicked out in boot camp for mental disorder. Let me say that first.
No,
and
no, no,
foremost.
no, 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 no. You were friends with a nuke?
He
Was.
wasn't even a nuke yet.
That's all I had to clarify.
All right, back to your story though, Case. I just wanted to clarify that.
Oh, I mean, that was that. But I think my weirdest date, like, it wasn't anything like fucking cabbages. The dude, like, we went to a fucking restaurant and
I responded, cabbage.
Just now,
Go ahead. He texted me on Snapchat and said, "Yo, homie." So I was like, "Yo, homie."
I said
Go.
that like 5 hours ago.
Go.
um and he asked to see my feet.
Yeah, that's
feet
a
fed.
red
What?
flag. You need
Like
to
in the
go.
restaurant. Like we were sitting down eating and then like literally like midway through like me chewing, he was like, "Hey, like this is gonna come off really weird, but like can I see your feet?" And I was like, "Uh, what?" And
Martin whooped his ass.
he was like, "Yeah, I have this thing, like I just wanna see what your feet look like." And
He said I have this thing.
I was like,
It's called
no.
a fetish. Hey,
I
I
was
will
like,
say this
no.
though. People with foot fetish will love the fuck out of your feet. Will massage them, take care of them.
I don't
You
even
want
like
a
my
full
feet
spa
being
day?
touched. I don't even like my feet being touched.
Oh, she
Are you
don't.
touching your feet together right now?
No, she don't like.
No,
I will. I will. She
no.
pisses me off. I go by her toe. I'll grab her toe. She's like, "Stop fucking touching my feet."
I hate it. Like I
My
won't even
my lady does the same
on my
shit.
other foot. I absolutely hate it. And I was like, no. And he was like, okay, just figured out even asked. And then like when he
What?
then
It's sounding like a nuke right now.
then he dropped me off at home and then he was like, I'll text you and I was like, okay. And like 10 minutes after he left, he was like, hey, so like I figured I'd try to ask again and like see if you could Snapchat me a picture of your feet. And I was like,
$50 Venmo.
no. And then I blocked him because I was fucking creeped out.
Hey, on OnlyFans right now, feet pics are selling for good prices.
He wasn't even offering money though. He let us toe.
Literally, if you would have told him, oh, like $20, yeah, I'll send you. Like, I bet you would have made money there.
Bro,
20 a toe.
dude, dude,
This little
feet.
piggy.
You should have showed him Llama's feet.
Dude, the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen about feet was my boy Ruiz, who's in the Marine Corps. We're in fucking 2-9.
That video makes my stomach
He sends a fucking airdrops. It's just his face, like it's him smiling. It's the end of the video, and the video loads, and it's a fucking toe with pink toenails, and he goes from heel to top toe, sucks it, and smiles, licks that bitch. We were like, "What the fuck, Ruiz?" He's like, "Just know if y'all got some good feet, I clean them bitches." We were gone.
That's just
All right, Gucci, give us a story. Or who could give us a story? Damn it.
Dude, I don't have a
You're
weird
17. You're
story.
17. You have to have some weird story.
I mean, I have like awkward, like they're just like we're
Awkward.
awkward.
Let's hear. I told you an awkward one. Let me hear your awkward one.
It's just like just not a lot of conversation. Like there's.
Oh, is it
nothing really
okay?
else
Yeah,
about it.
okay.
Yeah, it was a case moment. For
First
sure.
of all, I was quiet the first time because Skylar was there, and I was like, okay, cool. And I didn't
No one
say
knows who Skylar is. I'm gonna
That's
be honest.
one of my best friends.
it's his like his
Okay.
best friend in like real life. He was there, and I was like, okay, like this is weird. And he also literally forgot to mention the part when we did sit there for like a fucking hour, and we were talking because we ended up making out there on the
Why
boat.
do you have, I didn't bring that. Okay, so
Because you're forgetting
there's
the part
key
where we
points
talked
into it.
for an hour.
Okay, for one, we didn't make out there.
We talked for an hour too. But anyways, I
She just
said
added the
word
make
for
out
word.
part to make it seem like.
Uh-huh.
Secondly, you weren't normal or yourself until my house.
Yeah, because I'm shy.
So basically, llamas, you owe Sidemen to your marriage.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Dude, I shit you not, if she would, if like, I literally my headset, like, I'll say right now, if she would have said fuck yeah, like she was gonna leave and go hang out with Gwyneth, I was like bet, like when she walked out my house, she was getting blocked on Snapchat. It was just like done.
What are you doing right now?
Cabbage, are you making out right now?
If you don't mute your mic, Cabbage,
Ew!
Bro, how do I
Very good,
kick
I
him?
Cabbage,
Bro, mute your mic, bro.
Oh,
Can we-
baby, you unmuted my mic.
Kick him. Kick him right now.
Cabbage,
Kick him right
get
now.
the fuck out.
He wasn't
What-
invited. Kick
What
him.
did y'all hear?
A
Everything.
lot of smacking.
But
Oh, she was kissing my eyes.
what the
All right, I've heard enough. That's enough. Vote him out.
Okay, so if no one has any, does anyone else have another crazy story?
Hookah didn't get to go.
Hookah.
I
got
mean,
it.
I mean, I
just
don't have it.
got
Like, I don't. Okay, look. So I don't have like a crazy story. It was just kind of like really awkward as hell of how I got my damn girl's number. I shit you not.
Okay.
So check this out. So we were going to college at this time, and it took me literally 2 weeks to talk to her.
White privilege.
No,
Gotta go to college. White privilege.
it took me 2 weeks, bro. I shit you not. So then, 2 weeks go by, and I was like, okay, look, like I'm about to just ask her for a number, whatever. So as I'm like, I'm like, I'm in front of her, but I'm not like actually in front of her. Like I'm like a distance, and this dude kept talking to me about some other dumb shit. I didn't really care. So and she's like walking away, and I'm like, dude, like, and I told her, I was like, dude, no disrespect, but dude, shut the hell up, like, bro, I'm
Stop
talking,
talking,
dude, so
bro.
like, shut up. So I told the girl that he was with, I was like, hey, can you do me a favor? And she's like, yeah. I was just like, can you get that damn Mexican girl's number for me? And then she was like, all right. So then, so she walks, so she has to go chase it down in the parking lot. This is the fucked up thing right
That's a
here.
homie.
No, like, this is the fucked up thing. So she asked her, and
She said
my lady
no.
was like, no, my lady was just like, hey, she was all like, hey, the guy up in there wants your number. This is the fucked up part right here. My lady was like, oh, I don't have a phone. She has 3 damn phones on her. 3 phones on her. And she act like she don't got no number. So she gave me her snap and everything. And I was like, and she comes back. She was like, yeah. She said that she doesn't have a phone and she has 3 phones on her, but she gave me her snap. I was like, all right, let me add it. And right when I added her, I get a text like not even a few seconds. She said, what?
That's
I was
how
like,
it
cold
be.
word.
Oh whoa,
I
what you want?
I was like, hey, hold up. Like, I'm just trying to tell you, like, you bad and everything. She was just like, you like every other dude around here. I was like, nah, hold up. No, I'm not.
Now he has a kid with her.
And then so then the next day go by. I said, hey, I'm trying to hang out with you. She was like, and we could go out for dinner. So she said, cool. Now remind you, I met her in the student activities lounge. So I was like, she was up in there, and I was like, all right, let's go eat. I did not know that she had a big ass damn thing of ice cream, like this damn big, a Tupperware, and a big ass box of fried chicken. This was really fucked up because I'm black.
Hold up, where's the watermelon, the grape drink?
Oh my god.
so, like,
I am
so,
streaming cabbage.
so she was all like, she's just like, all right, you ready to go out to eat? So I was like, all right, cool. Like, I thought we was gonna hop in the car and like go somewhere to eat. No, dude, we went straight to the cafeteria at the college to go eat. I was like, wait a minute. I didn't think this. Like, wait, like, so I'm just sitting there like, damn. So like we're ordering all this food. And I'm just looking at like, and she was just like, and then like after we get done eating, she was just like, I did not know that you wanted to leave and go somewhere to go out to eat. And I was just like, well, yeah, I mean, but if you cool with the cafeteria, I mean, I'm cool with that, whatever. And like my mind, I'm just thinking, motherfucker, dude, like,
Save me some money. I'd be like, hey, save me some money.
So then like it was, but then other than that, it was cool. And then like we went out to, then I took her to Buffalo Wild Wings, and yeah, it started from there and everything. It was cool.
All right, cabbage, tell your final crazy story, and then we're gonna end the podcast.
How crazy you want it?
The other weird story you had, you said.
There's like 3 other ones.
Well, give us
Oh
one of
my
them.
God.
Did you have bad luck with women, my guy?
Yeah.
I may have bad luck with women. I will agree to that, but I get the best stories out of it. All right, we'll do my college one.
Oh, Cabbage is white privilege too. He went to college.
Oh no, I
Oh,
just went to
man.
a college party.
Oh.
no.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Oh,
I've
he
been
was
there.
one of those.
I've been
He was one of
there.
those.
So this is when I was living in Florida.
Oh, that's horrible.
Oh,
You went to
no.
you went to the wrong college party.
I
Yeah.
went to a I forgot what the frat house name was, but
What
it was
college?
on UWF.
God.
And I pull up there, and the party's already going on. You can hear the music from down the street. Everyone's bumping. There's college girls. There's people I know, people I've never met. Whatever. It's fun. Well,
You got the
before
chips
that,
over there?
I was already high,
The chips?
and I continued to get high on the way there.
You ate all the chips?
And I ended up getting cross-faded to the point where I couldn't even remember my name. Like I was
Oh God.
out.
Now, quick question. Side note: were you telling everybody that you were in the frat?
I don't remember. I remember stepping out of the car, walking in, saying what's up to the dude at the door, getting in, and then I remember what happened at the next morning.
Oh my God.
So apparently my homeboy that drove us, he told me that this chick came up, walked up to me and said, "Hey, do you want some head?"
Damn.
Now, all my close friends, even my wife knows, sex is okay. Like I could do that, but my go-to is head. I will always love it and cherish it over everything. So my immediate response was yes.
It was a dude. I was
My homeboy said it didn't even take her a second. It grabbed my hand and lead me down the hallway to the room at the very end. This is where I wake up from my blackout the next day, and I know what the fuck. I am waking up to this, not knowing what the
Oh
fuck happened.
God.
So I wake up in this dark ass room with like a little nightlight that's on, and I'm looking around. I'm like, okay, I can't. I look down. I don't have my pants on. I don't have my shirt on. I'm like, what the fuck happened?
I got raped. Cabbage is like, I got raped.
If you tell me that a man sucked your dick, I'm about to throw my head.
Wait. Nah, it's not a man case. You're good.
Oh, I was
Who
about
said?
to say.
What in the Bill
So-
Cosby shit is this?
I looked to my left.
Wait. The cabbage. Did you drink the punch?
I don't remember.
You don't
Bro, you
ever
got
drink a
Cosby.
punch.
You got Cosby,
Wait,
bro.
listen, I'm trying to hear
got
what
Cosby.
happened. Then what?
So I wake up, I shake my head, I'm like, fuck it, I'm naked. I need to find my clothes and get the fuck out. Well, I was like, wait, whose bed am I in? And I look to my left. And when I tell you I laid probably the biggest woman on that campus. Like let me break it down for you. For me to get out of the bed,
He went well hunting.
no, I had to jump because where she was laying, she was lifting up my side of the mattress off the box spring.
Oh my God, cabbage.
Oh man! And when I finally got out of the bed, I was stepping on empty soda boxes, soda bottles. There's Hosties, like the little like deli treats everywhere, and I'm searching for my clothes. All
Cabbage?
I find is, what's up?
If your wife gets naked, tell her to not go in front of that mirror.
Yeah, I was about
No,
to say the
she-
same
no,
thing.
She went out. She just came in to grab something.
Oh, she was in the mirror doing this. That's what I said. If she's about to change, tell her not to go in that mirror. Because you are on stream and they can see it.
Bro, hey, you know damn well Cabbage probably woke up and all he heard was, "Hey boy, sit your ass back down."
You want to go get some chicken?
I'm searching for my clothes. All I find is my shirt. So I'm like, fuck my pants, and I grab a pair of shorts that were sitting there, and I'm holding the front together to keep them up.
Oh my
Bro, that's not your pants.
I had to get the fuck out of there. I was like, I gotta go before anybody realizes I was in here or anybody else is awake.
Oh
When I
my
tell
God.
you, the whole frat was outside the motherfucking door, and when I stepped out, started clapping. Started fucking clapping.
I'm clapping.
That was
Oh
the
my God.
most horrible walk of shame I have ever had to do.
That'd been a
to
walk of
this
pride,
day.
boy. You got the whole frat.
And
Oh.
one of the guys at the very end said, "Hey, no hard feelings. She's gotten everybody in this frat house."
Oh my
It doesn't
God.
make it I hopped in my friend's whip. I sat in there. I leaned the seat back. I was waiting for him to wake up. I was like, "We got to fucking go." I have never gone to a college party after that.
You
All
gotta
right,
go out
well,
the window
you
and
gotta, you
not
gotta
have
follow that one up
cabbage.
with another one. I gotta hear another one of these. Hold up.
You gotta
Yeah,
go out
yeah,
the
bro.
window.
You gotta
Yeah.
redeem yourself because boy, I don't know. You might have touched the Adam's apple. I don't know.
Man, you said y'all want another one?
Yeah.
Oh, San Diego, here I come.
Oh God.
You fucked up. You already
So
fucked up.
I got two San Diego ones.
Wait, hold up.
Okay.
Martin said easy clap.
Yo, I'm not gonna say that on stream. So I can go with the weird one that happened to me or the weird one I was involved with.
Both.
Both.
Yeah, do
Both.
Do both.
Both.
Oh, okay. The weird one that happened to me is so there used to be a place in San Diego called Thad's. I don't know if they still have a Facebook group, but it's a swingers club.
It's still a swingers club.
Yeah, it's.
Oh, it's still open?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I was at a gas station filling up my whip, and this dude comes up to me and with this really nice looking chick and hands me a brochure and says, "Hey, you're invited. Give him this name. It'll waive the charge for you to come in." And I'm looking at the card. It doesn't say swingers on it. It just says dress requirement: a hat, a tie, and sandals. No clothes required.
Oh.
So
Okay.
I got me and three other guys. I was like, let's fucking go.
Oh God.
And we all got there. We're in the car. We have clothes on at this time. We walk up to the front door. We give them the name, and there's this it's a house. This is a massive fucking house. The house has its own locker room, and they give us each a key to put our stuff in. And we're there, and there's old people, there's young people, there's hot, and there's some very not hot people.
God damn.
They have rooms with glass doors so other people can watch.
What?
Yeah, they have an upstairs for single rooms, and outside is like their pool and shit, which I told all my friends, don't jump in the pool. Fuck that pool.
It's probably full of cum.
Yes. So my boy looks at me. This is one of my closest friends. I've been through with a lot with him. He looks at me. He bumps me. He's like, "Hey, take this." And I took a Molly.
I gotta get to all these drugs in the military. If I smoke weed, I probably got caught by now.
I wasn't in the military when this happened.
Oh.
So I pop a Molly and I'm feeling good. I am feeling great. Well, I'm feeling so good, to the matter of fact, that I go to the very back little house that's like for guest visitors in the very back of the yard. And I guess that's where the fetish house is.
Oh God.
Oh God, cabbage.
I walk in and all I remember seeing is this giant black wooden X in the center. And my dumbass goes up to it and touches it and is like, "Oh, what does this do?" So they proceeded to cuff me and lock my ankles in while people coming through just whipped me. Would grab my balls, jerk me a little. My face is in the wood, so I can't see who's grabbing me or anything.
Oh my God, that's scary.
Bruh, oh.
That's actually scary.
I guarantee his boys were there whipping the fuck out of you.
Oh, I
Hey.
guarantee there was boys and girls doing that shit. Hey, but there was no penetration. It was all just whipping and like punishment, kind of.
Hey.
I'm starting to think you're kind of dumb,
For Lord's
Cabbage.
sake.
So am I. You put yourself in some pretty bad situations.
Hey, but do y'all see y'all laughing, man? I had
Bro.
to live through these.
Bro, hey, look, you got Cosby the second time.
Alright, so what's
Nigga,
your last
wow.
story?
Homeboy,
Christ.
by my homeboy.
So what's your last story?
So this one didn't happen to me. It happened to one of my guys that ended up getting out of the military. We're in San Diego again. He matches with a girl on Tinder.
Oh God.
And he hits me up like, "Yo, she wants me to come over. We're going to hang out. Do you mind taking me?" I was like, "Cool, for sure, I can." And I ended up dropping him off and taking off. And I went down the street to a hookah lounge. It's right across the mall. Lush? Some
The
hookah
one
lounge.
downtown?
Yeah, by all the way down Gaslamp Quarter to the left.
Yeah. I know which one you're talking about.
So I went there and waited for him to message me that he needs a ride. Well, this man calls me crying.
Oh my god.
fucking bawling, like, I need you to come get me now. Hurry up. So I said, say less. I paid my shit. I hopped in my whip and I took off. When I pull up to the house, he is outside already. Her front door is hanging on the bottom hinge. And I see her slumped across the coffee table, knocked the fuck out.
Oh my god.
And he hops in my car and is like, you need to fucking go. And I stopped. I was like, I'm not going anywhere because if you fucking killed her or something, I'm not getting roped into this. I
Oh
don't
my
have getaway driver written on my fucking face. I was like, you need to tell me what happened. And he's just bawling, crying. And he finally calms down. He was like, it was going great. We were watching Netflix. We were kissing and making out. She was filling up on me. And when I
I hate
felt
this
up, I was feeling on her boobs and stuff. And then when I tried to go lower, she said, hold on, let me go get something. And so she went to her bedroom. And when she poked her head back out, he could see like the lace like robe she was wearing. So he's thinking, oh, she put on some lingerie. So she goes, close your eyes and I'll tell you when to open. My homeboy closes his eyes. She
Whole ass
walks,
dick.
she walks up to him, tells him to open his eyes, and has a full ass dick in his face.
Oh.
And he had no idea what to do, and he just stood up and uppercut. Just straight up uppercutted her. And she fell right onto her coffee table, slumped, and he was in such a panic, he didn't know what to do. So he ran for the front door and forgot to stop.
He ran to the door.
This dude was
What?
200 pounds, and he was like 5'11", just
Oh my
straight
god.
through the fucking door. And I was like, the only thing I could think of was his bigger than yours. And he fucking punched me arm. He's like, can you fucking get out of here? And I'm looking, the door's broken, like just hanging on one hinge. I'm like, is she gonna be okay? Because she lived like in the ghetto. I was like, she is gonna get robbed. And we just took off.
All right. Well, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, you guys want to say Gucci?
Yeah, I was just gonna say on Cabbage's note of a felony. Let's end this.
All right. So,
Aiding and
okay,
abetting.
ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming. This has been the Total Mayhem episode 1 podcast with me, Hookah, joined Gucci, Kays, and Cabbage Man. Hope you guys enjoyed. We'll try to do more of these a little bit more often. And until then, we hope we'll see you in the next one. Thank you for everybody who came out. Thanks, Martin, for fucking being in the chat nonstop. Hope you all have a wonderful night and a great night.
Peace and love.
Oh
And
my
be
god.
fucking Cabbage. You still Nick Smirk saying.
I didn't know.
All right, guys. Catch you on the next one. Bye bye.
Peace and love, baby.